Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live at Hell Yes Fest 11. This is the Saturday night rap party, Kidz in the Corner official podcast tailgate after party, sponsored by Hell Yes Fest and the Hell Yes Fest Creative. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to another episode of Kidz in the Corner.
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to year 2 of the annual Back of the Truck podcast. We're here.
Yeah,
we're doing all that stuff that Crockett just talked about.
Yes, we'll probably drink enough beer in the middle of this to forget to tell you, so I'm going to tell you now. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, comment. If you want to see more stuff like this, please let us know. We're going to be traveling in 2025. There's so many big... this week just got me so excited. Doing this podcast right now is getting me so excited, and we couldn't have done it, obviously, without the help of our favorite producer, Madeline Meyer, a.k.a. Mad Dog the Slop Alchemist.
Woof, woof.
And then you've also got our Boon Coon cameraman, the audio and visual guru. That is Mr. Julian.
Without him, none of that sounds or looks good.
Guys, we're using his way better than our camera right now.
I was like, I'm the sound.
Start that over, Crockett. Sorry.
But let's just go.
Madeline, how are you?
I brought it, guys.
Yeah, she
I
brought
really
it.
Brought it.
Yeah.
Don't make me boo you. Don't make me boo.
Don't let her lose it.
Because I'll fucking lose it.
She's going to go crazy on someone's ass tonight.
If you didn't see the episode last year, it got pretty wild. You know, it was a lot of rotation. At some point, me and Cameron weren't even on the episode. Expect a lot of that tonight, too.
We both went and got a beer at some point.
We've got a lot of great guests tonight for you already lined up. Some locals, maybe some favorites that you've seen on KICC podcasts before, and then also all the great out-of-town comedians that came in for Hell Yes Fest 11 this week in New Orleans. What a fantastic week.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Madeline, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
How are you feeling? How does it feel good to be surrounded by comedy?
There's so many comedians out here. It's honestly intimidating. I'm kind of freaked out, but it also excites me. And I've never set up or produced for something like this, so we've been figuring things out, and we hope you like it.
Well, luckily they see you as a cool podcast chick, so
yeah,
you're rolling pretty high there. We're rolling pretty high. I'm riding a high after the show. How did you feel about that show, Croc?
Oh, that show was fantastic. We had a great show over there at the Howlin' Wolf Den. It was the $10 comedy hour. If you didn't come, I know you didn't come unless you came, and now you watch Kidz in the Corner podcast. Thank you very much. It was a fantastic show. Packed out room at the historic Howlin' Wolf. Is it a jazz club? I don't know what the hell it is.
It feels jazzy.
I don't know. It just feels like a soundproof room that you would kill someone in.
They've got an amazing green room. We'll enter a picture of me in post on the green screen. What an elaborate idea this was.
Yeah.
From me in the green room.
It's not going to work.
Yeah. We've also, it's not going to work. We're not going to. It's fine. It's fine. Check me out on Instagram for my Hell Yes Fest recap, and maybe that picture's on there.
Ooh.
At Crockett McElveen.
Are you making an Instagram recap series? Is that true?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I've been working on some behind-the-scenes stuff that no one knows about.
Speaking of behind the scenes, there's a lady staring into the distance, leaning against a tree that we would love to get on the podcast right now.
Oh, is that Samantha Bednar?
Should we invite Sam on as like a first little pre-guest before we get Rocky and Vic on?
Can we have Sam on?
Yeah, let's get Sam on. Let's go ahead and get Sam.
Sam on as our first one.
Ladies and gentlemen,
right, now
you've seen her. Famously, we mostly ask her about New York comedy clubs and horror movies.
So
Joining us on the truck is the great and powerful Samantha Bednar.
Woo! Give it up for Sam.
Here she is.
Yes.
Here you go, right here.
Right here.
There's your microphone. How are we doing?
And joining us outside of a little box, it's Madeline. You talked together on the podcast.
We're staying.
How are you tonight?
I'm okay. I've been here, I didn't perform at all today. I slept till 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I've been here, which is something I don't fucking do. But I've been here for hours, and I'm just kind of like, end this fucking show. I just want the party to start.
End it.
That's why I'm glad you guys had me up first. Thank you, because I'm like, maybe by the time I'm done, I'm so sorry for kicking
It's okay.
you. The party will be done. The party will be starting, and I love that you guys do this.
Yeah, we want to give everyone the time they deserve. So
Yes.
You guys were hosting over at Howlin' Wolf, right?
Howlin'
Yes.
Wolf was a
How'd
lot
it
of
go?
fun. It was a lot of
You were on
fun.
the
It was a
porch or in the den?
success. We were in the den.
We had no tech guys, so we took turns
yes.
being the tech guy.
Several times when we called comedians up and they got their music, it was Amazon Music ads.
Good. I love that for them.
And then the lights were short-circuiting, so every once in a while, all the stage lights would turn off, and me and Cameron would have to rush in a weird 3-second buffer to
frenzy.
just lightly touch the controls on the light board, and it would turn the fucking lights back on.
It was terrible.
That's why I was hosting over at the Den last night, and if any of that had happened, I would have probably been like, somebody else fucking take over, and I would have walked.
I mean, despite all of that, a pretty successful show.
It was a good show.
And also, I think everybody saw our hard work, and they gave us a bountiful tip bucket.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everybody that fucking did that. That was fantastic.
The only thing that's getting better than getting paid by a venue is getting paid by the audience.
Oh, fuck, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like, that's the land yap. You know what I mean? A lot of times in comedy, you don't get the land yap.
Ain't that the truth?
You know? And it's nice to get that extra cash sometimes.
No,
I mean,
absolutely.
the most I've ever got paid in comedy is because of a tip bucket.
Yeah. Tip buckets are huge, especially in this city.
Tip buckets are huge.
You gotta, every time I've run a show down here, it's just like, I'll just point, anytime I'm on a show, anything that there's a tip bucket, I'm like pointing at it, I'm like, just fucking aggressively, and the people are afraid to say no. So it's nice.
Yeah.
We only really advertised it once, and then closer to the end of the show, like three comics left, I remembered.
Yeah.
What are y'all gossiping about?
Yeah.
I had the mic a little too far from my face, and I'm usually it's because I'm like on stage. I have to keep it low because I scream talk. You know.
Yeah, the beautiful full voice.
So I tend to. I'm bad at keeping a mic closer to my face.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get some geographical knowledge just because we were talking about the tip bucket and putting it out there.
Yeah.
You were also heavily involved in the New York comedy scene for a while.
Yes.
Would you say when you put the tip bucket out in New Orleans as compared to New York, who's tipping out the most?
New Orleans.
New Orleans for
Hands
sure.
down, New Orleans.
See,
New Yorkers don't tip.
I
New
thought
Yorkers
that.
Occasionally, I ran a weekly show for 6 years in. I ran a weekly show for 6 years in New York, and it literally, I think I can count on one hand how many times we actually got tipped.
Yeah.
Like people were just kind of like not tipping at all. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
Madeline just scrounges around sometimes.
It's a technical
y'all don't
difficulties.
see
She's doing everything she would normally do in the tech booth, but she's crawling around the bed of a truck this time.
Yeah, no, this feels very southern.
It is.
In a truck.
Super
We're gonna make
southern.
a little splat.
It's all based off the aesthetic of
I love that.
SEC football tailgate.
Got it.
That's kind of the idea of it. We're gonna bring this truck in like 8 more places.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We're gonna do an early morning podcast by the lake.
Yeah.
You're getting as much use. Like how you rented it?
Yeah.
How long do you have the rental for?
24 hours.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are getting everything you possibly could. You're like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah. Well, you know, we had a bit of a sponsor for it.
Yeah, no, that's
Thank you
awesome.
to Comedy House New Orleans for giving us a truck for an afternoon.
Fuck yeah.
And
Shout
also
out.
giving us all the tips from that show. So that was cool.
That was sick. Yeah, it does feel nice to have that little. Because at first I was stressing. I don't know if y'all know this, but I am a comedian. So even though I have a job, I am still a comedian. Which I don't know if that just tags you in God's eyes as let that man be poor.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly how it is.
I have a good paying job, but for some reason it just seems like the universe wants me to be poor. So I was just glad to get the extra money so that way I could buy a bucket of beers for me and my friends and we could turn up here at the Hell Yes Fest after party.
Fuck yeah.
That's a good use of your $30. I'm going to use my $30 to invest in Raytheon and bomb-making corporations so I can get a return on my investment.
God, we're going to be flagged early.
Because it's a cold, cruel,
We're being
uncaring
flagged
world.
Early. Okay.
Guys, in case you thought being outside was going to change the fact that it's still Kids in the Corner,
Yeah, I'm
It's
a
not.
comedian
No.
too, guys, and I'm outside sometimes.
No, it's just chaotic kids in the corner now.
yeah.
Right?
You know,
yes, it
I like
is. Yes.
I like how now that the podcast has started, everyone's low-key kind of respecting,
Everyone's-
don't walk in front of the camera. It's crazy.
Actually, it was
Oh.
funny. There were people saying Joe
yeah.
Stuff was just like, if everyone could just move, and nobody has fucking walked over here.
That's
since.
I was
funny as
really hoping
fuck.
to get more shots of people like picking their nose
Yeah,
and shit.
well, yeah, that's
How
the beauty of it is like before it we were like it's fine if people walk in front of it. That's like what we're looking for, kind of, right?
Right.
And now, like, the thing is this: compared to last year, how this was set up and how it's going currently as far as organization, this is the kind. Like
last
you get
year,
this
you guys
kind
had
of
the car,
respect.
Like, parked in the fucking club.
When you guys had a
like,
corner, it was blocking one of the doors.
When you've got a camera that looks like it's fucking leading a marching band, that gains respect.
Julian.
Okay, that gains respect amongst people in
Julian
public.
can't say what we're saying right now.
Yeah.
I do have a question I'd like to ask the ladies.
Sure.
As the first guests. As the first guest.
Hey, I can
You're
be one.
producer.
Because I'll be off with you.
But it's kind of special having you right here next to us.
Yeah.
Who, as this night goes on and as this podcast goes on, who is your ideal? What is your ideal of a guest? You don't have to name anyone, but what does your ideal guest have that they bring to this?
Just somebody who's looking to just have any kind of conversation, talk about fucking anything.
Yes.
Like they're not going to be turned off by questions. They just want to have fun and kind of enjoy it because it's a party. We're having a fucking party, you know.
I want to know something so dark and deep that you don't tell other people. That's what I want from a guest. I want to know something
alcohol
that I can tell on you later.
I wish I had some dark shit that I didn't already talk about on stage. I'm like, hey, who wants to hear about all my dead family?
Yeah.
It's,
my other secrets?
Undoubtedly, we'll get Pop Jermaine on here tonight.
Pop Jermaine
He'll tell us
talk
whatever.
About walking on the moon and shit,
There's no way Pop Jermaine could tell us any more secrets of his that would
Pop Jermaine will tell us about when
anything.
he realized that what death was as a
the
child.
only thing he won't mention is names.
That's true.
He's one of my favorite people in the world. And so is Sam.
Thank you. You're my favorite.
Honestly, this truck is full of some of my favorite
anything
people.
on another person.
Fantastic. It's a fantastic afternoon.
Maybe you don't have
it's
to say
great
their
that
name,
we
just
get to
because
do these.
it's that's the fun part. It's the
Wanna
idea that no
eavesdrop.
one knows who.
No.
Ooh,
Madeline's asking me if there's any secrets I have on other people that I can't.
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm I do. There are some things I definitely cannot say.
Change names.
Change the names.
No, because the
Ryan Rogers sleeps with ladies. You heard it here first, folks.
He did. He has that what he talks about. He's just her name is Courtney with a K. She lives in Tarrytown, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Fuck her. She's not here. Ryan's is out here telling on himself left and right. Oh my God. I'm no, that secret I definitely can't tell. That's too close.
You're just too good of a person.
I'm kind of. What's weird is that I'm.
You're so good.
I'm a really good person, but I'm also kind of a piece of shit. So it's a weird. They just kind of I walked up and I said something about the way I was dressed. And somebody said something about how someone else was dressed, and I was just yeah, well, fuck them. And in front of, I'm I don't know any of these comics from out of town. I know a few of them, but I'm I'll tell you this much. You know what I'm really excited for? Everybody to go home.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds fucked up, but I'm it's I've been out every single night this week, which for you guys are in your 20s. Yeah. I'm gonna be 50 in a few years. I'm oh, my back is killing me. I hate everybody. I'm tired. I slept till 4. I'm
well, we did the opposite. We were here Monday for Open Mic from Hell, and then we just dipped out until yesterday.
Last night.
So one of my
we're still kind of feeling out, sussing out the vibes of everyone.
So it's I was at the Open Mic from Hell on Monday, and then Tuesday, my friend Brian from New York is in town for the festival, so I went to the show he was on, and then Wednesday I was hosting here for the festival, and then Thursday I was over at Oz because I'm at Oz every Thursday, and then Friday I was hosting over at the the Howlin' Wolf. And now I'm here because it's the party, and there's a part of me going you probably could have skipped this. Nobody would have given a shit. If I wasn't here, nobody would have been I miss Sam. They would have been that bitch is loud.
Me.
What do you think
I
we're doing this right
that.
here for?
I could also just call you guys and be I want to be on the podcast again, and I wouldn't have to sit in a truck. I could sit in your house and be and pick up your cat and be ah,
Yeah.
What's up?
Dude, I love
It's a vital part of the podcast that's not happening right now is wondering if Penny's going to run into the room.
Or start just rubbing on somebody's foot and me going, stop.
How would Penny be reacting if she were here right now?
She freaked the fuck out.
would lose
Cats
it.
don't like people.
Yeah, one time that cat
It was
accidentally ended up on the wrong side of the door because she got curious when the door was open and ended up outside.
Oh no.
And the first thing she did was scream until I let her back inside.
It was like that. It was really sad.
Yeah, one of my cats got into my backyard one time, and I had nobody knew for like I don't even know for how long, and all of a sudden I'm like in the house and I hear a cat crying, and I was like, "There's a cat in the backyard," and I was like, "Our cat's in the backyard." I was like, "Get in the house, fucking dummy!" And then it came
Who's
running
this
in like,
fucking
"I'm
street
stupid.
cat?"
I'm sorry."
We hear cat fights all the time in our house.
Yeah, that's fucking. I've heard that in
Yeah.
my neighborhood. That I always feel bad about that. But
Yeah.
we
Cat
actually
fights
cat
truly sound demonic. They sound like they're coming out the mouth of the girl from The Exorcist.
yeah.
We were playing kickball at church one day for a youth group, and this was
I
like,
love everything about that sentence.
yes, and we're just sitting there playing, and then all of a sudden, out of the bushes across this parking lot, you just hear, and they're just fucking rolling around. I thought they were throwing punches. That's how fucking crazy they were going. It was crazy.
Every
Cat punch?
time I'm like on TikTok, undoubtedly I'll come across a video of two cats fighting, and then my cat will jump up on the bed and be like, "Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that?" And
Ready
I'm like,
to get
it's
down?
okay, it's okay.
A true New York cat, ready
yeah.
to scrap at any moment.
She literally. I brought two cats down here, and my fiance and his daughter had a cat, and my one cat. We have to keep them separated. We have a schedule where my cat will try to kill him all the fucking time. She's just like, "Ah!" Like she
That's
sneaks
awesome.
out.
Her homicidal
she
rage
fucks
comes
him
out.
up. She just is like, using the back paws to kick him and shit, and just fucking him up.
That's
and he's
kinda your
stupid.
vibe, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats mimic their own.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
cats.
Well, and-
I mean, I got a cat. I got cat paw tattoo.
Oh, yeah. Show that to the camera.
I don't know if you can see that or not. But
Well, and I've said this many times on the podcast before, and I still believe it to be true. Cats in their true nature are just murderers.
yeah.
That's truly are.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Cats
Isn't
are
that
fucking
sexy?
evil, and unless they love you, but they're fucking evil.
They're in cahoots with the aliens, and that's provable on Egyptian calligraphy or whatever.
Yes,
I got
yes.
one last question for you, Sam.
What up?
Our next guest is Rocky and Vic from the Rocky and
Oh,
Vic
hell yeah.
show. I'm not sure what their podcast is called. This is hard. Anywhere you get your podcast, this is hard. Have you
dick.
done their podcast before? I think you did something with them.
I did it
before.
for
Actually,
like
kinda.
the media day before the like a couple weeks before the fest started. I like dropped in here and I did the media day thing. So yeah, I did that.
Madeline stepping out. Thank you, Madeline.
Yeah, they did a really good job of running that media day.
Yeah, no,
For
it was
sure.
fun. It was fun. Are you guys gonna ask me like who I thought would have done a better job? Is that like what you're asking me?
Wait, say again.
Oh.
I'm just asking.
Oh,
like,
who
are you
did I-
guys
oh.
like, hey, what the fuck?
Oh, are
Like,
you
why
talking-
weren't we?
Well, here's the thing. I know the answer to that, and that's because something that gets me and Cameron a lot of times, we weren't more proactive about it. I'm sure if we would have
Yeah, you always got to. You always got
I'm
to
sure
advocate
if
for
we would
yourself.
have asked from the beginning, there would have possibly been an opportunity for us to do some kind of pre-media. But we knew in our heart of hearts, ever since this exact podcast last year wrapped up.
Yeah, this is
and
your shit.
We went to whatever that pizza place was, and me and Chris True sat outside and talked about this night where we were going to rent a U-Haul and do it again, do it bigger, better, and more
This
organized.
is
And
a
we're
U-Haul
fucking
Yeah.
doing it tonight. It's
yeah.
beautiful. It's come to fruition.
Awesome. I love this. So wait, what were you guys gonna ask me though?
Oh, I was gonna ask you about like what do you know about Rocky and Vic?
About that. So the first time I actually met them, it was at the open mic from Hell a few months ago, and it was before Rocky like did any like comedy or like got on the mic or anything, and I got the designated heckler challenge, and Rocky wound up being the designated heckler.
Nice.
And you guys have
Yeah.
seen me before him, so
I
I'm like,
was there for that.
you probably weren't. I was like, like just fucking being a psycho. And he was like, hey, you talk too fast. And I was just like, you shut the fuck up. Like,
The designated heckler challenge is always fun. Here's the
I
thing.
made somebody almost cry during the designated heckler challenge, and I felt so bad. But I asked the girl if I could hug her afterwards, but she was
Yeah.
like, she got really upset with me because I said North Carolina wasn't the South, and she like fucking lost her mind.
Yeah, there was this one guy, for some reason they designated this like insanely obese guy to be my heckler.
Oh no.
And he at some point
He ate a
ran
chair,
out of
you know?
stuff and went straight into your mom and all
God.
that. And so I just fucking spent the next minute and a half ripping him apart
Yeah, that's
for
fucking
being
awesome.
for being fat. And I was like, how very unfortunate. And afterwards, he came up to me and apologized to me. And I was like, I'm sorry, man, no hard feelings or anything.
Okay.
Like he got me. Like he got me, and I fucking absolutely annihilated him.
He apologized to you.
That's
He apologized,
hilarious.
and I murdered him off rebuttals of his own joke. Anyway, I don't mean to brag on myself.
No, that's
but,
awesome. That's fucking awesome. I love
Yeah.
that.
I think we're about to get Rocky
Yeah,
and Vic on.
I can get out
Sam,
of your way.
we're gonna have you on the podcast again.
I love doing
very
your podcast.
soon.
I have
Thank
such
you
a
so
good time.
much.
Thank you.
Yes,
Are you guys
anytime.
going to be out tomorrow? Are you going to be over at the Joy?
I'm gonna come out to the Joy
Fuck
Theater.
yeah.
I'm
Fuck yeah.
definitely coming to the Joy Theater.
I'm actually writing a set list for the first time in a very long time.
Hey,
so,
Fuck yeah.
so we're gonna try and we're gonna make sure that I don't fucking fall off the
How much
stage.
time are you doing at the Joy tomorrow?
As far as I've been told, 12 minutes.
Right on.
So 12 minutes is like a very for me should
You
be
should
very
run the light and do
easy.
15.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna run the light. Maybe like I feel like 15. Like I feel like I've earned 15, but like. If I don't see the light, then
Yeah.
maybe 50. I'm not going to try to do
In
that.
the words
if it
of-
happens, though, then I'm very sorry. Like,
In the words of Brandon Bruffett, this is New Orleans. That's a red light. I'm running it.
I fucking love that. I love that. All right, guys.
Thank you
Fucking,
so much.
you're
Thank
both
you so
awesome.
much, Sam.
I love you guys.
Wow.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Samantha Bednar is once again, she is the best.
What a sweetheart.
I think we're about to get Mr. Rocky and Vic on. So these guys did all the promotion for Hell Yes Fest. They did about 15-minute interviews with everybody that was local involved. They did some remote interviews with some out-of-town people too. But man, these guys are great. They're making their mark. They do a podcast called It's Hard. Cameron said that earlier. Ladies and gentlemen, it's
Rocky
and Vic from the This
What
Is Hard
up?
podcast, and also check them and their new rendition, more of their lighthearted side of their podcast, The Rocky and Vic Show.
Woo!
Guys,
Hell yeah.
it's great to fucking have y'all on the show. I did an interview with you guys last week. It went swimmingly.
Yes.
And yeah, we just want to be able to talk to y'all more because we're some of the only people we know, especially dual men, doing podcasts in the city of New Orleans right now, especially amongst the comedy scene.
Yeah, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry we're not both white.
It's okay. Whoa.
That was
Damn,
amazing.
That was awesome.
The
Crockett got the
clampening.
pleasure of being on the podcast with you guys, but I haven't had the chance yet. How
Yes.
would you describe your podcast to anyone who hasn't seen it before?
A lot of sex.
A lot of sex.
Wait, what is this rated? What is this podcast rated? What am I
This
watching?
this is
podcast is
rated-
rated anything.
Rated M for misinformation.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of sex.
You
on
can
our
talk about
podcast.
whatever.
Definitely.
ASMR.
Only in Victor's mouth. So what we started off with was called This Is Hard. And it was more of a podcast to help people tell their story. So we were just there for comedic relief and bullshit. And then now we're going more into a comedy banter podcast.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, I've watched a couple of y'all's clips, and before I went on y'all's podcast, I watched a couple episodes, listened to some stuff, and it seems like y'all really do help people. Y'all have a good introspection on what trauma is, and I think that's because I think y'all have both divulged in that podcast that y'all have suffered some past trauma as well, which directly, to me at least, ties into comedy.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Well, I would disagree. I would say maybe you found the wrong podcast because we don't know shit.
No, but experience is the best teacher. You know what I
Amen.
mean? Experience is the best teacher, and maybe you don't have the same story as somebody else, but man, there's different things that affect people in certain ways. Even if it's it ends up being a lighthearted thing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
My dad went to prison when I was 11, and we lost all of our money.
Right.
It was sad, but you know what? I talk about it with joy now.
Right.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fun. Why not? Dude, I got to go to the beach every other weekend for 18 months
Dude.
because my dad was in federal prison in Pensacola.
I love it. I mean, look, you could energy is energy, right? You decide how you're gonna use it.
Right.
You could be sad.
And sometimes the universe throws you some crazy energy that you're not
Shit.
expecting and you're not ready for.
Victor
and how you
knows about
adapt
that.
and like,
Yeah.
you've been throwing some curveballs.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
There's this main character guy. His name's Goku. He is able to pull energy in from the world, basically. the
Yeah,
universe.
Spirit Bomb, dude.
And he pushes it out. So
Is
I
this in
use
the
a lot of-
Pokemon universe?
No, this is
Different
DC.
universe. Two
Yeah,
different great
basically what I'm
universes.
getting to is that I have channeled a lot of my.
It's 2024, and someone probably hasn't tried to fuck with you about your height since like the early 2000s. At
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I heard it was Short King season, but I'm off the market.
It is.
So,
Oh, well.
Amen.
You heard it here first, folks. Maybe not first, but you heard it here.
Ladies and
Off the
gentlemen.
market.
Off the market.
Off the market. Now, you guys have been down here every time I've been down here, which hasn't been much, but I'm assuming y'all been down here more often than that. How is Hell Yes Fest? Is this y'all's first Hell Yes Fest experience?
It's our first
Yeah,
Hell
it
Yes
is.
Fest.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. It's my third.
Fire.
That's my second year as a performer, and I did the open mic from Hell the first
Right.
time. But it's a great fucking week. What's y'all's experience been like, man? Y'all.
You want to start? I mean, open mic from Hell, starting off the fest was fucking amazing. We had a good
I
time.
disagree on that one.
You
no, it
fucking
was really
bitch.
good. No, seriously, it was really good.
I will say that was a long show, dude. That was.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
went for 2.5
was.
hours.
Did it?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I left
Yeah.
early, so I wouldn't know. But
Yeah.
not because it was bad.
Yeah.
And I got drunk
Yeah.
halfway through, so I wouldn't know either. I ended up home.
Yeah. No, I mean it was a fantastic show. I noticed after a while, because I always, if I have a show or if I know I'm supposed to be somewhere, especially in comedy, I try to be there at least 45 minutes before showtime.
Right.
So I got there about 45. So I was there for like and then hanging out after damn near 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
That is a long ass fucking time to be at a place that I'm not being paid to be at.
You almost owed them rent.
Yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
You spent too
I don't
much.
know. I think he's showing his age because for me, I feel like everything takes about 3 hours now, except for sex.
Movies are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
Movies are
like-
so long.
Average
Dude.
Marvel movie is 3 hours.
I
You
mean,
have
it's
to feed
because
your children 3 different times. It's
you're being
insane.
given like 7-second shorts every like
Absolutely.
1,000 times a second too, and you're just spending 3 hours doing that.
Yeah.
I'll pay for a movie and then like watch the first like 15 minutes and then go smoke outside and then catch the last 15 minutes and I'm good.
Yeah, you still get the point.
Absolutely.
I know what happened.
Yeah.
Y'all are producing this show now. I want to ask, like, I don't know where y'all want to go with your career, but if you could have like your dream show or like your dream like
what
podcast, what would it be? Like, what would be?
So, I mean,
Unlimited budget,
I don't
what are
want
you
to.
doing?
I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but
Please don't.
if Victor's wife left him for me, well, I mean,
Wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry. No, I mean, honestly, it's what we're going into now, which is literally a comedy banter podcast, 2-person saying literally the only shit you don't want to hear, and then having other people on to spout shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just said I'm gonna start a new podcast called The Nerve,
Yeah.
where people call in and they just bitch about the shit that their kids do.
I like that.
And it's gonna be called The Nerve, and we'll be like, it's gonna start off where we're like, this the fucking nerve, you know?
Yeah, this motherfucker
These
got
kids-
nerve.
This kid did this and that. I don't know that that's my dream, but it's an idea I just randomly had.
No, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like, especially with like how, so everyone likes to say the market is saturated on podcasts.
Hello.
Yeah,
Right.
man. Every year or so, you see this new innovative way that people are trying to like find a way to have a podcast.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that, like calling in, bitching about your children. That's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, please don't steal it.
That's relatable. Some of the
You
best
white people like to
comedians
steal
ever
shit.
built a career
Yeah.
on.
Dude, I'm writing
talking
that down
about
right
their
now.
Kids.
Absolutely.
No, that's awesome because there's so many there's millions of parents in America right now who just
Bro,
need
there's
somewhere
millions
to
of parents
blow
who are
off
pissed
steam.
off with their kids and want to
Yes.
vent.
Oh.
Yes.
I can promise you, somebody's kids is fucking them up right now.
That's
Look,
awesome.
And they want to
I'm
beat their
he-
child, and they're like, they're trying to do the gentle parenting like me, and be like, all right, let's, yeah, exactly, take deep
Breathe.
breaths, let's calm
Yeah.
down.
I'm here and my wife's with my kids, so I 100% know someone's around that's pissed off with their kids.
Yeah.
I promise you.
You kids be cutting up.
Rocky's
Yeah,
wife
sorry,
calls into
April.
Vic's podcast. He's not doing the dishes.
It's the only time I talk to my wife is when she calls into the podcast. That's awesome.
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, please don't steal the idea, though.
Have y'all had people call in and it's like you can tell they're like, is there anybody that's ever been like, is this person like lying?
Right. Yeah. Well, we thought about that. We were like, but like, we feel like it's in God's hands. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna lie to
Yeah.
Allah,
Well,
it's up to you.
Wait, I will tell you. So we started with that idea that like we would have strangers call in. This is
Go
funny.
ahead, bear it all.
Yeah.
So we started like an intake form where people could send in their request to be on the show.
Okay.
And once we started getting requests for like actual strangers, we were both like, maybe we don't want strangers.
Like, who are these
And these
weirdos that
strangers
wanna
are
talk to
like,
us?
they're like
Yeah.
qualified as fuck too.
All right.
Yes, definitely karaoke.
Yes,
That's
we are
awesome.
doing karaoke.
I'm gonna ask
I
you.
want to dance with somebody.
I'm gonna ask you one last question
Oh.
before we get Compton on the podcast.
Yes.
What if you could give one piece of advice to the people? What would you say?
One piece of advice. You want to go, or you want me to go?
To advice to who?
Anybody, everybody, the people.
Our audience is mostly ages 9 to 11. So if you could give any advice to them, that would
God,
be awesome.
I feel like I've
Gotcha.
done stuck my
Actually,
foot in my mouth.
interesting metric that we got a couple weeks ago. In the previous 28 days, 100% of our viewership somehow was female.
Wow. All
Right?
right. I could give
Right.
some advice to females.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem.
tell the
course you
ladies what
could.
they should be
Tell
doing.
the ladies what's really on your
This
mind.
guy here.
with
Look,
their life and their
white
body.
male
Go ahead.
Look.
They can't
You
get in.
said so. Young females. Got it. All right. So check this
guy.
out. The plastic piece is called the applicator, and it does
Oh my
not stay
God.
in.
That's
I
good.
feel like that's real.
Good. That's good.
Hey.
Dude, that was actually hard. That was
Shout
like
out.
dope.
Terrible.
That was
Solid
dope.
parenting from Rocky.
What about you?
Right there.
No fist bumps for me. No.
All right.
He's a misogynist pig. My advice is protect yourself from men like this guy. That's how I tell
Please
you what
do.
to do with your body.
Dude,
Guys,
y'all are
I'm out.
awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Thank
Rocky
y'all so
and
much
Vic,
for
coming
coming out,
on.
guys.
Dude, have a great night. You can leave your mics right on your chairs.
Appreciate you for coming on, brother. Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming out, dude.
Oh man, Rocky and Vic, ladies and gentlemen.
Compton's up.
Yeah.
No, you're great. You're
Usually
awesome.
we do a hug from the back first, then kiss on the lips. All right, I just stepped on
I
one
think
of our
we got
microphones.
Compton coming up.
Folks, we're gonna have Mr. Compton Smith join
I
us.
think so.
Alongside
Baby David,
Baby Gronk.
how you doing?
Come on
Please
up.
welcome to the show, Compton Smith.
Ladies and gentlemen, Compton Smith
Give him a
reigning
hand.
from
Hey, boys.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Nope, Demopolis, Alabama.
Ah, God
It was
Thermopolis.
close. It was close. Demopolis, Alabama.
He absolutely killed it at the $10 comedy hour that we just
He
came
murdered it,
from.
yeah.
That was a great
You were
show,
one of my
man.
favorite
Fun
performances.
show. Sorry
to
if the
bottom.
lights turned out on you. That wasn't our fault.
Some of the
It
most
worked
fun.
out really well. I got a great
oh, yeah,
laugh
you
out of
did
it.
get a good bit out of
That was one of the best
Phantom
pops all
Limb.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
that was
arm's
awesome.
doing that.
No, that was so
We
fun.
played that well.
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of people making hand jokes to you, and does it piss you off at a certain
It
point?
does not piss me off. I generally make fun of people in the way that I will tell people, if you write a better arm joke than me, I'm stealing it.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
So you're welcome to try.
Yeah.
But
I
if you
love
don't
the
hear me
challenge.
do it later, it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I tried my hand at an improv one night. I don't know how it was, but
You tried. I
Yeah.
like the pantsless though. That's the first time I've heard that. So
Yeah, no
job
legs
well
for
done
pants.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
the
it's
legless
an
comment.
interesting trademark to have. Is the kilt? Is there inspiration behind that? Do you have
Yeah.
Scottish heritage, or
I do, but I didn't find that out until afterwards.
okay, just comfort then?
Yeah, it started out as I was looking for an excuse to wear a towel in public, and kilt is the most socially passable skirt that a guy
Yeah.
can wear. So,
Absolutely.
ta-da!
So my dad was actually, for a couple years, involved with a bagpipe band that he played the drums for.
Nice.
And he tried to get me involved because I played drums all throughout high school. But I didn't really stick to it because I was like 19. I was at college and shit. Like, I'm not going to go put on a kilt and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't really going to do that. But, man, once I saw him, like, in the full garb with the fucking bass drum on and shit, I was like, man, that's pretty badass, honestly. And I do feel like a strong connection to my Scottish roots.
Nice.
And I would happily wear a kilt.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only form of skirt that I would ever wear.
I think we got to give Compton his own episode, and we have to get kilts for it.
Yes.
You can wear my kilts. I have extras.
I don't want to wear
How many
your
different kilts do you have?
I think I'm up to 29.
That's fucking
29.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of them are not really general purpose.
Do you have going out kilts? You have like you have like formal attire kilts?
Yeah, and they just have leather straps and they're just done up nicer. They're not much different.
Any Burberry? Does Burberry make kilts? I feel like that'd be a sick kilt, a Burberry kilt.
Hugo Boss.
We have camouflage is
okay.
That's our version of Burberry in the South.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Camo kilt kind of goes hard though.
Yeah, I've got a couple of those. They make them in they make them for the service guys, so digital camo, shit like that.
So they're not just plaid.
I didn't even think about that.
No.
No, he's talking about like the Scottish military
the Scottish military
that are in like bagpipe. So, dude, I don't know if you've ever, not to bring down the mood or anything, have you ever been to a funeral where they have somebody playing the like Amazing Grace on the bagpipes?
Yes.
It's fucking tearjerker, dude, every time. It might have been my grandpa's funeral, but I blame it on the bagpipes. I promise I do, dude. I was strong the entire time.
Dude.
I showed up at a funeral one time and they thought I was the guy that was supposed to play the bagpipes. No.
Yeah.
Speaking of bagpipes, the song that got me at my grandpa's funeral was Taps. They're playing Taps because that's he was in the service.
Someone actually playing it on a trumpet or on a bugle?
On the bugle, dude.
Yeah, that's a good one. That'll get you.
That'll get you.
Yeah, so they played Taps at my grandpa's funeral too because he was also in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And when a bagpipe band traditionally plays Amazing Grace at a funeral, they play it walking away, so it ominously fades as they fucking go out of sight. They will walk out of sight.
Yeah,
and
that's
keep
the idea.
Playing.
Over the hill.
Yeah.
That's awful.
That's the
worst.
You know
it was awesome. I loved it. But
one of the reasons the bagpipes are so spooky is they're supposed to be that way. They were war pipes, so they were designed to sound like screams and horrible shit.
Yeah.
So they make you uneasy just in tone.
Yeah. Are they made out? Is it true the original ones were made out of cats?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
What? The cat bladder?
Yeah. Or is
I'm
it
sure
like
somebody did.
I feel like being from Scotland, it's got to be some kind of like something to do with a stag or something, like some kind of deer.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me more of a bugle, but I guess like you could get a whole cat, maybe make a bag.
Well, I think you would probably take a bladder.
I think you have
and take a bladder out of a goat or something and turn it into a whistle.
I think you have a co-guest on coming up.
Who's coming up here?
Who's that? I know that guy.
Is it Rin? Are you coming up here? Come join
Go ahead and
me.
hop up. We've got another microphone. Hop up.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Rin.
This is Rin, everybody. Give it up for Rin.
Give it up for Rin.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Rin is from Denver.
Rin, are you from Denver or is that wrong?
Where am I from?
Denver?
Sort of. I'm originally from West Virginia, but I currently live in.
We talked about this.
Okay.
We talked about
By
this.
God.
Rin is a very funny comic, everybody.
Best,
we saw him at Open Mic from Hell on Sunday. That was super fun.
It's fantastic.
It was heavenly. I had a great time.
Do y'all want to go ahead and plug your socials before we get too deep into this?
Oh,
do you care?
Am at Ren Q Comedy on all of the things.
Okay, great.
Okay.
ComptonSmith.com.
That's badass that you got your own name as a website. Do you have your own name as a website?
Do I have a website? RenQComedy.com.
That's pretty good. Hey.
Nice.
Ubiquitous branding.
I might be the only
Bunch of
person in the back of
professionals.
this truck that doesn't have a website yet.
CameronLandner.com.
I got you. I can make you a
Yeah, I don't have a website. I don't know. Here's the thing. I tried to make a website before when I was like 11, and I immediately decided then this is too hard and not for me.
I think GoDaddy needs to sponsor you guys.
I like
it's
that you
pretty
were
easy.
like, I don't like them flip phones. I like that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is like most of what probably stopped me was the fact that you have to like put in some credit card information or something, and I just didn't have that.
16 digits is a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Have you ever tried to
so
fake
many
a credit card number on a website?
You just type them in until you get one right.
Yeah, dude. I came up with technology. We had to figure this shit out on our own. It's very hard to do. That's a lot of numbers to randomly get in the right order.
So how old are y'all?
I'm 44. I won't make Ren go first every time.
That was so sweet. Thank you for joining. That makes my 28 feel better too.
Good.
Yeah.
So
okay, so you're close to me and Cameron's age. We're both 25.
Yeah, we're both 25.
Madeline, she's closer to your age.
27.
27.
I don't know why
We're talking age.
I just pointed at my girlfriend
They call
and said her
me
age.
old.
Yeah.
So
Just
awful
call
thing
her
to do.
out.
I know, right?
Who? The old lady?
I'm 28.
Whoa, careful.
There it is, babe. There it is.
Young as fuck.
See?
I am a cougar, I guess. I don't care. Yeah, he's 25.
What
Sometimes
cougar?
we're 3 years different.
That does not make you a cougar.
Some parts of the year where there's
This
3
has
years
been
difference, which
Cougars
is
and
crazy.
cargo vans.
Dude, when I was your age, I was sleeping with married women in their 50s.
Ooh.
I don't know. In the gay community, it's just weird, right? Because it's like right. If it's like an older straight guy dating a younger woman, I'm like, I don't know about that. But like the second it's like just like a daddy dating a twink, I'm just kind of like, well, it is the gay community. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I
like
guess
a double
weird
standard.
things are
but-
normal when it's all sinful.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
everything's transactional.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fam. If it's all taboo, then there's at least acceptance. I don't know.
Hey, damn.
I like that. I like that a lot.
That's kind of beautiful.
So it's you guys need some dad advice? I don't have any kids, but we could pretend for a minute because I could be your father.
sure.
Yeah.
I was like, dad advice or bad advice or dad.
It's gonna be bad
Bad
advice.
dad advice?
It's gonna be
Bad
bad
I mean, all the advice I got
But
from
since
my
I'm
dad
the
was
old
bad dad
man here-
advice.
What was what?
All the advice I got from my
You're
dad
like-
was bad dad advice.
Good. You had a good dad then. You had
Yeah,
a good
probably.
dad.
He was good.
I guess.
I don't know. He tried.
He's still alive. Don't talk about him in the past tense.
Yeah.
Hey, he tried.
Rest in peace, Morgan.
What's the
No.
bad? What? Give me, Compton. Give me some dad advice.
Rest in peace, Morgan.
Wow.
I don't have any good dad
You're
advice.
like there is none.
Yeah.
Don't,
I
you're
don't
like
know if
don't
you've-
have a dad.
I don't know if you've seen 2024, but it is a nightmare.
Oh, I will tell y'all this though. Something about my dad.
Yeah.
He recently started. He bought a bunch of rabbits from the pet store, and he has been releasing them into his backyard so that he can hunt them with BB guns on his property. And I just read online how insanely destructive that is to local ecosystems.
Yeah, a
So,
little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
The damage is
he's,
done.
He's letting them out there and they're multiplying. He's like creating a whole ecosystem.
He's like really hype about it, like a project he's working on.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying thinking about like now. I'm just kind of imagining this kind of like older dude just like dumping micro like plastic beads into the ocean like bin by bin, being like, most of global warming is caused by 3 companies, right?
That's what
And
my
it's just,
dad's doing.
It's like actively like emptying out packs of cigarettes like into the ocean. Like.
He's an airline pilot, so he's just constantly.
Oh, so he's basically
coughing
already doing that.
fossil fuels into the atmosphere.
That's great. That's great. That's good.
Directly into the atmosphere
That's good.
too. Like he's just
That's where we need it. Up high.
up
too.
high up too. Yeah.
Yeah, get it,
I
get it
guess
close.
the closest thing to dad advice I could give anybody, you know that thing, don't believe anything you hear and only believe half of what you see,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to update that. Just don't believe anything. Like, just consider
Believe
everything
nothing.
a lie.
Believe no one.
You believe nothing
yeah,
and no
I
one.
think that would be the best dad advice I could give you is
I don't-
everybody's a liar. That's where we're at.
I don't have any dad advice, but I do have advice for dads, which is
Okay.
call me.
Hey. And where can they
Call
call
me.
you? What's your real phone number, Red?
What is my real phone number?
555.
Wow, I couldn't even remember my area
444.
code, y'all.
That's
Fuck.
awesome. What made you want to get into comedy in the first place?
What made me want to get into
Both of
comedy? I like attention. That's not true. I got into comedy because I've always been a fan, and when I was looking for a new job, I wanted something that was very, very small and very, very hard to do. So ended up doing comedy. But I've been a musician and a public speaker, so the stage was comfortable.
Yeah, transfer
I just
skills.
didn't know how to be funny on stage. So I spent a lot of time learning how to be funny on stage. But that's why I got into it.
Awesome. Ren?
I got into comedy because I mean, this is just the genuine truth. I was just like tired of hearing everybody else do trans jokes, and I was like, well, I am a trans joke, and I bet I could do that too. And so I did, and people seem to like it, and so here we are.
I think that's true for everybody. You end up at an open mic, and you're like, I'm funnier than that guy.
I'm funnier than that guy.
Shout out to all the mediocre white men that keep going to open mics and keep doing the thing so that all of the other minority people can once upon a time actually gaze upon your work and be like, you know what? I could be at least that mediocre.
Yeah, and also
and that's good enough.
Here's to that one trans comic in Denver who's doing such a bad time that other trans people are like, I could do this.
We have, for the record, we have at least 3 trans comics in Denver.
Yeah.
Shout out Addie and Liv. It's like interesting because it's like I was like, wow, there's only 3 of us. That's so like few. And then I like come here and like Ryan Rogers is like, I'm the only gay in all of Louisiana.
He's not the only
And I'm
gay.
like, I know,
He
I'm
just says
kind
it
of like,
loud
wow,
enough
no,
so that
it
people
do be
believe
dire
it.
out here.
I was
Like,
gonna
it's-
say, after you said y'all had 3, I counted 2 that we have. We've got Liv and we've got Kat Dreher, both of them very hilarious. Liv does a whole bit about how she wants to be raped and murdered,
wow.
and it's
just
fucking,
murdered.
it's
Well,
pretty
we love-
funny.
Not just raped.
Not just
Raped and murdered.
And we'll have to,
You know, trans people are always a little extra, I guess, right? Like,
Hey, dude, some people have dreams.
that's true.
I don't know what I want to be when I grow up.
I appreciate the
Alive,
moments.
hopefully.
So, question for Compton.
Yeah.
Did you start doing comedy before or after the arm?
I'd been doing comedy for a while. So I lost the arm maybe 2 years ago, 5 years into comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and did you think like after it happened, like I have 20 new minutes, or
No.
did you have that kind of comedy brain about it?
Oh yeah, I knew it was gonna end up on stage pretty quick. The first comment that landed on my Facebook page after the whole thing got posted, Mo Alexander chimed in and said, well, at
Yeah.
least it wasn't his mic hand.
Wow, I fucking love Mo Alexander. Dude.
He's
Shout out
such
Mo
a sweetheart.
Alexander. I
Shout
adore
out
you.
Mo.
Yes. And
Such a good
Chandra,
homie.
love you too, girl. So after that, we're just gonna, the jokes are gonna be endless. And
Yeah.
I didn't have to say it. Somebody else called me and they're like, fuck you, now you're gonna be funnier. It's like, thanks, I'm in the hospital,
It
asshole.
gives you an edge, a blunted edge, but an edge.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I've got a limb up, if you will.
Yes.
Right on.
A limb up on the competition, you do. Also, a fantastic manicure on your other
It's
hand.
true. He's like
yes.
sport. I don't know if y'all can
Did you
see, but there's
decide
like
to start
color.
really like fucking putting some decoration on that one to help it stand out?
Well, no. Ow, that hurt. I have always been a big fan of manicures and pedicures. I love
Okay.
being pampered. Like, who doesn't? So
Love getting pampered.
after I lost an arm, now that I can't cut off my own fingernails, I have an excuse to go to the salon all the time.
Yeah. And they look fantastic too. I mean,
Thank
like,
you.
They do look good.
Obviously, I bit the shit out of mine 2 days ago,
Nice.
and that's
nice.
just what I've got, mate.
There you go.
Yeah, I just get real anxious and bite my fingers.
Dude,
while I'm
you get
driving.
some dip
I
gels
don't know.
that you pay $70
I gotta,
for.
I gotta do my
you'll
like
keep 'em.
gay diligence, you know. I gotta like keep it down. You know. You want a nice blunted nail, right?
Yeah, I get it. But I get half off, so why not get them painted?
Okay, yes.
Wow.
Thank you. So
That was good.
I thought about that too when I saw the nails. I was like, I wonder if he has a joke about getting that done half off. And
Oh,
you
yeah.
do, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
You do.
I've got jokes about me at the salon because I walk in and people are scared. They're like, "What the fuck is about to happen here?
Yeah.
This dude's here for a wax that nobody wants to know about. You know, something crazy."
There's fewer body parts to get waxed, so
You would
they've
think.
got to be scarier in comparison.
You would think.
There's like a such shocking amount of men that get waxed. I get waxed on occasion, but I gotta be careful where I go because like sometimes I'll go in and I'll get like a Brazilian and they'll be like, "That, do you know what that is?" And I'm like, "I do," and they're just like, And I'm like, no, trust me. And then it's like, usually a bit of a.
Do they ask a lot of questions?
They like kind of ask around it because people will really, really believe that I have a penis.
Just like they do with the waxing.
Yeah, and like it's usually funny because I'll end up kind of in like this back and forth with the receptionist trying to be like, no, and then like usually a technician will then just be like, come on back, and then I just like waltz on back, and they just act like they're like Vietnam veterans, like they're just completely unfazed by everything you can put in front of them. They're like they ain't looking, they just rip in. They're just like, you seen one taint, you seen them all, I guess.
Can you imagine the horror stories? Like, X-ray techs.
Every time I ask.
Do tell.
I love them.
Do tell.
My favorites aren't even necessarily like the bad ones. They're like, yeah, I have this dude that comes in every week and he like gets his whole ass waxed and he's like just so cool as a cucumber. Well, most men have like a lower kind of pain threshold, so they're usually really struggling, but this one guy's just like so easy. And like my esthetician, shout out Catherine, I love you, and she was like, she asked him like one time like, wow, you're good at this, and he was just like, yo, I'm a father, I'm a parent, any excuse to lay down. I'm so happy to lay down. And I was like, yeah. That's
Dude,
that's so good.
When that's like, your...
I know, when your relaxing self-time is like, I want someone to rip out, like, hair off my asshole, strip by strip, for, like, a little bit of, just a moment of me time.
Yeah, to be fair, he either just hates toilet paper or he gets exceptional rim jobs, and that's why him and his family are still together.
Why not both? You know?
I see a new business opportunity. I think we should start reverse acupuncture tomorrow.
Reverse acupuncture? You take the like dull ball in and try to fucking force it into somebody's skin?
You're just pulling hair out of different parts of people's
that is
I need that.
Acupuncture.
I think I need that.
Think about it.
I don't hate it.
Like ingrown hair removal?
I used to get my eyebrows done. It was kind of nice. I don't
love
know.
it. Yeah, any excuse to get pampered.
My girlfriend waxed my eyebrows.
Any excuse to get pampered.
I need mine done so bad.
Wax pretty easily.
That's right.
I'd be okay with it.
Do you want me to ask my girlfriend to wax your eyebrows?
Yes, live on the podcast. Only if we're doing it for content. I'll wax my eyebrows.
That's right.
Really?
Yeah, which I mean, like, I need them waxed anyways. I need something done to them.
Sometimes it just gets a little heavy, you know what I mean?
Well,
you just need a little reset, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like, duct tape.
Yeah. Well, you might fucking need some duct tape for these bitches, bro. I don't know if y'all have noticed or not, but
you got some nice hair,
every kind of hair I have on my body is thick as shit.
Oh, it's trying to stay.
Except for my facial hair right here, because I'm just that white trash.
Me too. I feel that.
But like, fucking chest hair galore, fucking eyebrows are thick as shit.
It's the nipple hair. I'm like, why do I need to trim my nipple hair twice a week, but I only need to shave my face like once every like at least 2 weeks maybe? Yeah. I'm like, this can't be, like, come on, man. Like, just migrate north. Like, come on.
When I was first getting like nipple hair, I was like, why is it in such a like specific pattern? Because it's like a pinwheel pattern out from your.
You got a little crop circle around the areola.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck's happening?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. The first time I ever saw it, I immediately thought his nipples looked like lions. That was the first time I was ever. That was the first time I ever saw, like, when I was like, I saw an 8th grader and we were in like the locker room and I'm in 6th grade and he's got hair on his chest a little bit and he starts going around his nipples. I was like, your nipples look like lions.
Now I'm just thinking of like the cowardly lion from like the Wizard of Oz, and I'm just like imagining your nipples just being like,
oh yeah, well, put them up,
cold. Don't laugh at that. That was bad.
No, it's hilarious. I'm just thinking of them getting cold and trying to poke somebody.
You felt it. You got it. You went exactly down that yellow brick road that I was taking you down.
Now I'm thinking way too hard about my nipples. And I think it is going to make them hard after a little bit. So we're going to have a nipple check later on in the podcast.
Nipple check later on in the podcast. We can check my dude.
In the meantime,
my nipples look like Jetson houses.
Really?
You want to see it?
No.
Okay.
My nips are hairier than yours.
I'll wait for it to come out on Instagram.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some reels.
Only nips.
Only nips.
Only nips.
Only nips. I might start. I'm gonna do one of those like 3-picture grid things for my whole profile. So when you look at it, You just see
nipple,
my chest.
hair,
Yes.
nipple.
Anything else you'd like to say before we say goodbye and
I
bring
have to pee.
two new people
That's
on?
what. That's
Okay,
what-
before you pee, I have one question, and you have to think of an answer very quickly. Otherwise, you have to pee. So, what is the sexiest crayon that you can think of?
Fuchsia.
Just purple.
Just purple.
Blue-green.
Ooh. I'm gonna go specific. I'm gonna say the B crayon from Blue's Clues. You know what I'm talking about? That big girthy crayon.
Yeah.
Like
Big
that's
blue.
not,
Alright.
yeah, fam. It's like big
It's a
as
good crayon.
steak lights. You know, like it's
Yes.
good, right? Like
Why did they make it just happen to be the shape of the inside of my butthole? That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And
well,
the-
that's
and-
not a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
these are the real questions.
If God didn't make it to go there, why
Then
did
why
it
you gotta
it
make
shaped
crayons
like
so
that?
sexy?
Yeah.
Come on, God. What are you doing?
You know
This
how
was
often
great.
they hear that in the ER?
Yeah, that's it. God made the brown crayon so you can experiment in secrecy.
That's right.
Oh, thank you
All
guys
kinds
so
of
much
crazy
for
shit.
joining us.
Thank you for having
y'all
me
for
in
having
this
us.
truck.
Two new people coming up.
comedy podcast.
Bye.
Right on. Thank you guys.
Kids in the Corner
Super fun.
podcast. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank
Ren.
you so much, Ren and Compton. I'm gonna go pee too. I've got to pee so bad.
That was awesome.
We've got some guests on. Hop on.
Hop on.
Hop on now. Grab my guitar or not? It don't matter. You can grab it. Yeah. Come hop in my seat because I gotta go pee.
All right. Now
What's
you're
going on?
What's going on? Now you're a guy I haven't met before. What's your name?
I'm Brian Rapido.
What's your deal?
Coming from New York. I've been doing comedy for I'd say well, not counting COVID, like 10 years.
Right on.
Came
get
out
you
here.
right
oh
there.
shit, yeah. You want me to move over?
Yeah. Go ahead and scoot over for our
Yeah.
guest Liz right here. He was just telling us his whole deal. We got a mic for you somewhere. I don't know where the fuck Crockett went. Oh, we're getting all three of these guys in here. Okay, Crockett just fucked off. Great. All right, I'm running this shit.
Yeah!
All right,
There we
what's your
go.
name? Keep going.
Yeah, no, I'm Brian Rapido, coming from New York. I was here on Thursday. I did the Howling Wolf on Friday, and then I just did the queer comedy show at the House of Blues.
Are you a queer man?
Yes, I'm a gay. I'm one of those
Wow.
gays you hear about.
Very nice, very nice. Now, what
And
is your
affect the
story?
environment with our love of Chapel Room.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Lexi, we've met before, but go ahead and give yourself
Yeah,
an
we met a couple
introduction.
days ago, Kim.
Yeah, tell the people about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Chicago-based. I host a dope open mic in Chicago every Sunday at 9, and that's kind of like my gig there, my deal.
Yeah.
And this is my first comedy festival here in NOLA.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
Have you been to NOLA outside of comedy?
No, this is my first time.
Have you been to NOLA outside of comedy?
Yeah, I came here like 2 years before COVID. I went to see Tool with a friend of mine.
Hell yeah, dude. You do a bunch of
Which is
mushrooms
like
or
the
what?
straightest thing possible. You wouldn't expect
To
a
see
fucking-
Tool in NOLA, yeah.
Doing mushrooms and going to fucking see Tool.
We got one more guy here with us. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hi, I'm Ross Childs. I'm also from Chicago.
Woo!
But I actually was born and raised in Houston, Texas, and I went
Ooh.
to school in Baton Rouge. I went to LSU. So
Oh, hell
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
hell yeah.
You know, for a guy who knows so much about die-cast cars, I expected you to be from Texas.
yeah. So I got a thing. I like to get these little 5-inch pullback cars. I buy them at like Walgreens, CVS, Walmart.
I think we got one right here.
I got,
Wait,
I
what's a
gave you-
pullback card?
So you put it down and you pull it back and it just shoots off. It's a little race car.
Ooh! Oh,
Yeah, we
a
all-
car!
I was playing with that at the bar at High Grade.
Yes, of course.
I was
I thought you
drunk
said
driving
card.
the whole night.
Yeah, so this one I gave you. Remind me your name?
Cameron.
Cameron, that's right. Cameron was the host of a show I was on the night I was
Wait,
on.
before we get too into this, I did want to make a joke, and I wonder if you've heard this joke before. I was bringing him on stage. His name is Ross Child. So I was like, I've heard this guy controls the weather. We give it up for Ross Child. Would y'all have gotten that?
No.
Yeah, no. So
The
when
Rothschild,
So it's
yeah.
Rothschilds. It's like
Rothschild.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Conspiracy crap.
Yeah.
Really trying to play to your
one of
QAnon
the,
fan base right
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
They're just an incredibly wealthy, incredibly Jewish family.
They are.
And
and they run everything, but like the people that like also are really into focusing on them also kind of
They
are
kinda
fucking
suck.
yeah, they kind of suck. The people that
Yeah.
focus on them really are pieces
It's
of
really
shit.
all about
Right.
the Bilderberger group. Now the Bilderberger. No, I'm
Oh,
kidding.
Build-A-Burger. Oh, you're going deep. That like I feel
Yeah,
like
that's a deep cut
in
right
high
there.
School, like I fucked around with a lot of that conspiracy shit, and I grew up.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Like I would watch like 9/11 like was a hoax videos all the time.
Oh,
in high school,
absolutely.
like, just
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And then-
E-Bombs World had like the deepest shit
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
about the freaking, you could see the red lights, people, like they're right there.
I gotta ask. What's everyone's age?
33.
Same.
I'm about to be 33.
36.
Jesus year.
33. The Jesus year. is
Jesus
right.
year, y'all.
36.
Our
How
disciples.
there you go. The old man of the group.
Yes, these are all our
well,
children
you know
right
what?
now.
It feels appropriate. I fucking hurt my knee trying to get up that truck thing there.
Are you gonna be able to
In
get
fact-
down?
Yeah.
In fact, I was supposed to do this festival last year, but I ended up tearing my ACL half a week before
Jesus.
the festival started.
No.
I think I heard that there was a guy who broke his
Are
ACL.
you a linebacker?
Oh, I'm
Like, how
sorry.
do you tear your ACL?
Oh, you ready
That's
for
the
this?
only way to get
Like, I never hear anyone besides a football player tearing their ACL.
I wish it was that interesting. So apparently I had a partial tear for like 7 years. So back in 2017, I was working at Grubhub Corporate
Okay.
in Chicago.
Fancy
Now we're
man.
up.
All right, Mr.
Yeah, that's
And-
wow.
And the Grubhub people would have their Christmas party at the House of Blues in Chicago.
Okay.
And they had this sick 80s cover band just rocking out, and I was 5 tequila pineapples deep.
Ooh.
I got one right here. I don't know where to put it.
Acid reflux.
He's like, just for proof, I drink tequila pineapple.
Ross is always
I
pulling
got
out
the tums to prove it.
Well, so I was dancing my ass off at the House of Blues, and all of a sudden, I just felt like somebody fucking hit me in the knee with a baseball bat. And I couldn't put weight on it because I was so drunk. I went into shock immediately.
Oh, no.
So I managed to get home. I called an Uber, and I was living on a 3rd floor walk up at the time. So I had to boot scoot my way up, which means I was like sitting on the stairs and like pushing myself up by my butt.
Yeah.
And it took me like 20 minutes to get upstairs.
Holy shit. Well, wait, so did someone actually bump into you? How did you?
No.
What
no, there
happened,
was no,
actually?
Well, see, an
They
ACL
started
tear is
getting
a
into Van Halen
non-contact
and you lost your shit.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
from
yeah, yeah.
stretching in the morning.
Yeah, I was just,
Tool played
I
and
was just-
all kneecaps just busted.
I want to ask y'all this question based on what he just told us. What's the most grievous injury y'all have ever endured?
That's not even my most grievous injury.
Wait, I gotta
Let
tell
them
you.
answer and then we'll get back to you.
I got a good story. So the way my parents found out that I lost my virginity was from when I had from when I had abdominal pain, and I just thought it was that time of the month, So I thought I'd take a hot shower. By the end of the shower, I'm like in the fetal position in so much pain, right? So my dad, God love him, he carries me to the emergency room. I was clothed, and I was in so much pain. The doctor comes up to me. He goes, "Okay, either one of two things are happening. You're either pregnant or you're having an ovarian torsion." And I was like, "Well, I can't be pregnant." And he was like, "Well, when's the last time you had sex?" And I look at my mom, and I look at the doctor, and I go, "A month ago." And she goes, and the doctor goes, "Well, then you very well might be pregnant." And I go, "But doctor, it wasn't vaginal." And he goes, "Okay, then it's probably the ovarian torsion." And I ended up having emergency surgery that night. A cyst the size of a grapefruit was attached to my ovary.
Wow.
And it twisted my
And they
fallopian
didn't
tube
even-
4 times.
And they just asked if you were a whore. They just were like, "Are you a whore?" They didn't even look.
Your medical history is irrelevant. You're a fucking slut.
Our medical chart says your head game is on point.
I know, right? But y'all, the doctors said post-operation that it was like a medical marvel to see a cyst grow. It was black, dude. It was black.
I've heard about
and that was the most pain I've ever been in, for sure. Biggest
Damn.
injury I've ever had. If you could call that an injury, but
No,
you know,
that is bad.
That's awful.
Right?
Dude,
Crazy.
I feel like they took that and sent it to colleges to like show to people like, look at this fucked up thing that we pulled out.
They
I
told
want
your
those
story
pictures.
attached to it, you know?
This is what happens when you have anal sex.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that was my biggest
Yeah.
injury. What was
It
yours?
just got
I
through
guess,
the
I
wall
guess
to
the
your
one that
ovary.
comes to mind is like it's still fucked up to this day. My ankle, kind of like what you were saying. Like I guess in college, I was
It's a
like
sex
skateboarding.
injury?
Yeah, I wish it was a sex injury. I wish I was just like, yeah, I just nutted so hard that I sprained my ankle. Like, but no.
I know a guy who actually did that.
Just the force of the torque of my nut, like, just caused my whole fucking body to shift.
The torque.
The torque.
The torque.
Speaking
That's
of
such a good
torque,
word.
me and my friend have a long-running joke about nutting in space to push you backwards. Because it's a little nozzle you can aim.
I just picture the movie Gravity. Like if it wasn't Sandra Bullock, what a dude. Just being like, oh God, floating away from the capsule 1 second.
More like Sandra Bullock's.
There you go. Hey,
For those of you listening at home, Bullock
Thanks,
is,
Cam.
I got you.
is British slang for balls.
No, but I injured my ankle skateboarding. I was drunk and I like tried to do a trick and I injured it skateboarding and I sprained it and I just never took care of it. Like, I injured it a few other times, but I was a dumbass. Like they were like, the doctor told me I was supposed to be on crutches.
Yeah.
I was just like I hated the crutches. I'm like I'm just gonna limp until it heals, and I just didn't take care of it. I just didn't take care of it.
And you, to this day, you've never treated it.
To this day, I have to keep stretching because it like kind of like locks up a little. It kind of like swells up and like locks up.
You just have to stretch.
Yeah, I just have a permanent injury.
That's
forever.
awful.
That's kind of what happened with my knee, though. Is 2017? I'm dancing my ass off, and I hurt it.
You're always at weddings. I feel like you're just a guy who always exists at weddings.
This wasn't a wedding. This
Thinking
wasn't a
having a great
wedding. It was just a holiday party. And so I'm stretching my knee. I'm icing it. I get it X-rayed, and they say, well, the X-rays don't really show anything because if it's like a tendon thing, X-rays aren't going to show that. You need to get an MRI. And I'm like, well, I wasn't insured at the time, and an MRI costs like $20,000 or something, and I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna be the dude with the trick knee. And for the next 7 years, I'm walking around, and occasionally I'll get like this weird flare up in my knee, where I'm like in pain for 2 days. I'm limping, and then I just like shrug it off. But then last November, I'm picking up my wallet out of my wife's car in the garage, and my foot goes down
Bad
weird.
angle.
And
Don't you hate it when that happens?
I feel a tweak in my knee, and
who knew?
All
Just
of a
how
sudden,
simple.
I cannot put any weight on my leg whatsoever.
Oh, it collapsed in and of itself.
It was just like the last little little tear. And like the fucked up thing is, if I had gotten my knee looked at any point over the past 7 years, I probably would have avoided it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
Talking to y'all over 30s is making me realize that at a certain point your body just kind of implodes like that one submarine.
Which submarine? The implosion actually happens a lot.
It's called Ocean Gate. It's called Ocean Gate.
Or to quote their last words,
It's called.
Hangovers get worse. Your back hurts all the time. Like more people, you know.
It's called Ocean Gate Syndrome, Cam, and it's untreatable.
You'll know a few people that die. Sorry.
Oh my God. Wait, Cam, can I?
Billionaires in your system that are just no one's ever gonna hear.
This
from
guy
them
hates
again.
billionaires. He
Fucking more than anyone ever.
Who loves billionaires besides the people that have
Besides
the $1
other
billion?
billionaires?
Yeah, besides other billionaires.
Besides the daddies that pay me, I hate billionaires.
People making $30,000 a year who fucking simp for them because they think it's gonna be me one day.
Yeah.
Cam,
we're gonna keep this moving.
What? Yeah.
But last messages to the people.
Yeah.
What do y'all want? What do you want the world to know?
I'm going to use my opportunity for last messages to ask, because I thought that was a Harry Potter shirt.
Yeah.
Like low key, I thought that was a Harry Potter shirt. but it's not. It's Ralph Lauren. But if you were, what is your Harry Potter house?
My Harry Potter house.
What is your Hogwarts house? Do you know?
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
okay with it.
you're a total Hufflepuff.
This shirt was thrifted by my friend who has been on the podcast. His name's Lucian. He's a fan of the show.
Okay.
And he
Hey,
also
Luke.
made these pants with this patch that says,
Ooh.
"I can't believe I ate the whole thing."
Yes! Nice.
So,
That is so a Hufflepuff thing to say. Well,
wanna
to
leave?
one Ravenclaw, to another Hufflepuff, it's all about the underdogs.
yeah.
Well, just on that note, I'm a Gryffindor, but I feel like I'm one of those Gryffindors that's like at the bottom of the class.
Yeah.
That just fucks around the whole time and just kind
Yeah.
of rides on the fact that they're a Gryffindor.
Yeah, like Neville's cousin or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't participate in the Battle of Hogwarts.
No, you did not.
I
You
was
were
passed-
home.
Yeah, I was passed out.
I think
No,
I'm
From
a
an
Hufflepuff
ACL
just
tear.
because I'm so contrarian. What about you?
What's my last message?
Yeah.
Well, I don't watch Harry Potter or read Harry Potter. I'm a Star Wars fan, which is Star Wars is like Star Trek people who don't read. That's what I feel like Star Wars is. But I guess my message is, this is a great festival, and enjoy your life.
Right on.
Hell yes, Fez!
Yes.
I honestly was lying when I told you my Hogwarts house. I don't know my Hogwarts house. But thanks for joining us.
What an M. Night Shyamalan
I do have a
twist,
message,
Cam!
though. I do have a final message, though.
Okay.
A proper final message.
Make it quick though, because we got people waiting.
You are a Star Wars fan. I'm a Star Trek fan, and so my favorite Star Trek quote of all time is from Picard, from Next Gen.
Yeah, go for it.
Jean-Luc Picard says, "It is possible to make no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life." And so that's a good message to all you people out there. Erectile dysfunction is nothing to be ashamed of. It happens sometimes.
All right, Ross, get your drunk ass out of my truck.
There you go. You heard it
I
there.
love you, dude.
Cameron.
I love you, dude.
Yes, it is.
I didn't get to talk about the car much.
That's okay.
Good talk. Good talk.
We'll get you back on. Thank you, guys.
Thank
you can
you.
leave your mics on your chairs.
Okay.
And we're gonna get Tammy and David next. Whoa!
Yes! Hell, Mookie's coming on next. He's in the next rotation.
Hell yes. Best.
How do we hear stuff?
You want to wear the headphones?
Oh no, we can talk.
Yeah, we can. I mean, you can
it's
wear
good
the
to be
headphones.
back.
Good to be
And
here.
I get the headphones.
Hell yes, best time of the year.
My bladder relieved.
I think I want the headphones. Can I
Yeah,
have
you
them?
can
I
have
think
the
Tammy
headphones.
should definitely have the headphones.
Because
Give Tammy
check,
the cans.
What do you hear? Can you hear everything?
I hear the ocean.
Whoa.
Tammy, how are you feeling in Sound World?
I feel. Whoa.
It's really cool, right?
This is a little.
It's
This is a
different
little
vibe.
weird.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to.
I kind of maybe don't like it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's a lot at first.
I'm really scared about this, Davey.
Yeah, I think you got it.
Very official.
Yeah.
I feel very official.
I'm scared.
Good.
Tammy can hear when I'm passively burping now.
I can't wait
Do you
to
do
hear
that?
all of the degrees of your burps. I want to hear a lot of octaves.
The cola that y'all have here at Comedy House New Orleans really gets me to burping, and I enjoy it.
What kind of cola you get?
Well, I get a Cuba Libre. That's a signature drink that I usually get. The best one I've ever had was actually made by Tammy.
Whoa.
really?
Tammy doesn't work the bar often, but when she does, by chance, end up making me a drink in the middle of Amy Collins' set, it's usually the best one I've ever had here.
That's
That's
a
awesome.
very
No offense to
unpopular
Amy.
opinion.
Amy makes a damn good Cuba Libre, and she's the one that told me that's the name of it. But
I don't even know what a Cuba Libre is.
beats the hell out of me.
I'm so glad
actually,
that I did it.
Tammy also made me the best not Red Bull and vodka I've ever had.
Oh yeah, no, I'm good at Red Bull. Yeah, that's
Bull
Red Bull and
vodka.
vodka. I can
With
nail
respect,
that.
with respect. How would you like? Isn't it the same ingredients every single time?
It
Was
is.
it just the ratio that was really good?
Dude, I don't know what it is. Yeah, dude, she knows how
Okay.
to pour it up. Dude,
All
there's-
right, all
there's
right.
Certain people have an eye for things, and
That's good.
I think Ben's getting pissed off
Ben's-
because I'm saying people make better drinks than him.
Wait, Ben,
No,
how
Ben
are you
wants to
gonna
be on the
fight
pod.
Cam
Ben
right
wants to be
now?
on
Are
the
you
pod.
I'm gonna
I think you gotta
Hey
swing
man,
on him.
I ain't shitting on him. I
Okay,
get it.
can
I
we-
want to be
can we
here
calm
all
down
the
for a
time.
Grab me
second?
by the
Let's-
hair and pull me
can
out.
we
I
calm
want to be
down
like
for a
I
second?
just got lucky. I just beat Ben. I just got here first. but I'm going to switch out half my time, and Ben's going to replace me. But not the fuck yet, because I'm having a good time up here.
We
and,
have all the time in the world, David.
Yeah, we're a podcast. No big deal.
Hi.
What? Right now, nothing really.
We're about to talk about something very
Yeah, we
important.
were. What do you? I don't really want to talk about geopolitics or nothing like that.
No.
What about something like?
I would like to steer this ship.
This is a
because I
comedy
feel like
feel free.
everybody's just like.
Yeah.
I'm wearing the headphones.
Go for it, Tammy.
And it seems like. God damn it.
Oh, we got Tammy. Tammy's got something for us.
Here
we go.
What I would like to know is what are you talking to everybody else about?
I've been asking them who their ideal podcast guest would be. I've been asking people a lot of questions about being gay because we have a lot of gay people on this truck.
Cameron, I'd like to bring up that you told a trans man that you can't tell the difference between, or that you something about gay people between him and Ryan Rogers.
People all look the same to me.
That's crazy.
And yes, I did say that.
That's
I guess technically he could be a gay man.
What are you going to do?
He could be a gay man.
What are you, the
He
viewer?
could be a gay man. And that, you know what? That's my fuck up, actually. You were being, yes, you were right. I was wrong. I'm sorry, Cameron. It's all right. I'm a big
You're
man.
just telling me what I already know.
I'll let you know when I'm wrong.
What are we talking about, like metaphysics or comedy, or the metaphysics of comedy?
Okay, so the first
metaphysics
thing
of
that you were
comedy.
saying, Cam, that you've been asking people about. What was the first thing that you've been asking people about?
Who their dream podcast guest would be. Which is
So if we were running a podcast, who would our dream guest be?
Well, I think we can all say it on 3.
Okay. Gosh, can we?
It's an obvious answer, and it's all going to be the same.
Okay, great.
A better
All
way
right.
to
I
ask
didn't have to think about it.
this question is, if there could be anybody else holding these 2 microphones besides me and Cameron, who would it be?
1, 2, 3.
Robin Williams.
Okay.
You said Terry Gross?
I said Terry Gross. What did you say?
Okay.
No, I didn't say anybody, but he
You
said
did?
Robin Williams.
Okay, that's an excellent answer.
Well,
yeah.
I think Tammy, David, and 2 Matthew McConaughey's would be a really good podcast.
That would be a lot of fun.
Are you 2 Matthew McConaughey's?
McConaughey has been making a mythical run on podcasts lately.
Wait, I love the idea that Crockett embodies 2 Matthew McConaughey's. Like, that is who he is.
I mean, it's an equal exchange rate. 2 Matthew
Wow.
McConaughey's to 1 Crockett.
Not just one. Not just 1.5.
It makes so much sense now.
You got to get on the list.
I'm not just all right. I'm all right.
Whoa.
Yeah, obviously.
The whole
Obviously.
reference. For the record, there was the list. Tammy and I had to wait. That's why I said the list.
We had to wait for
No, there's
so
the list.
long.
There's the list.
I mean,
I don't know
it's
who this
chaotic.
guy is.
Cam.
It's pretty good.
Hey,
It's
everybody wants to be
chaotic.
on the
When
show.
you look as official as we do, people actually start to give a shit.
Yeah,
If you
dude.
do a podcast in the back of a U-Haul.
But the green screen and the banner was a great move, I think.
Yeah, he's not
I
going to get
agree.
on.
What do you think about
He
the
doesn't
banner?
follow
Me
us.
and
I
Cameron
like it.
painted that banner ourselves
Oh,
today.
we can tell. Don't
We
worry.
painted that together.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah.
We
I-
tried spray painting it, but the spray paint went. We spray painted for
It
like
just
an
spray
hour.
painted through.
Damn.
Cameron
Okay.
It just
spray
spray
painted.
painted
Well, I think it works.
Every letter that's on there was spray painted and wrote in chalk first, and Cameron did all of it, and none of it stayed.
No,
Oh,
none of
you
it's safe.
guys.
Well, it looks good, I
It was
think,
beautiful.
at this point.
We're
What we
talking
did,
about exactly
we
what
got
we
down
wanted
there
to
with
talk
some
about,
Russians,
David. Aren't you so
baby.
happy? So David and I, before we got up on the back of the bed of this truck, we were like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to talk about all the exciting things that we're going to talk about.
Something important,
Yeah, what
probably.
you guys-
Or something stupid.
Or
and
something
what ends
stupid.
up happening is we're talking about y'all doing a chalk outline and then fucking it up somehow.
See, that's
on a
the
green
thing with
screen.
podcasts.
I love it.
You always get on, but also you always listen, and they can talk about anything. But it's really, I think, about the cadence of the voice and the way that they keep you engaged of whether or not you actually give a shit. Because you could talk, you listen, you see a podcast clip on an Instagram reel, and like they're talking about mattresses and koalas or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if it happens to be the right thing, you're hooked, and
Right.
you give a double tap.
So I think what happened when we all like first started this at the
Yeah.
very beginning, we got really excited because we all wanted to do this, right?
Definitely, definitely.
And we all just went crazy for a second.
Yeah.
And we're all just like, oh, who's that guy? What's going on? We're talking about a million things, right? let's get back to the meat of the fucking bone, right?
Potatoes, if you will.
So, Tammy, this
Yeah.
is your 11th Hell Yes Fest,
It
correct?
is. It is correct. Yeah.
What was Hell
Out
Yes?
of all the Hell Yes Fests, which one was your favorite, and is it this one?
I would like to say, Crockett, that I think this is my favorite because I don't know if I remember all the other ones.
That's awesome.
Okay, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a win.
Because right now we have this beautiful picture being taken.
Dude, that's great.
of
Hold on. I'm
all
going
of
to take a
these
picture of it,
comics.
and then I'll send it to you
you
guys,
are
and maybe you use it
celebrating.
as an insert.
So let's just take,
Beautiful.
Word.
That's great. That's awesome.
Beautiful.
It's cute. It's
Ain't
cute.
that something to behold?
That's great.
Hey,
That's
what's
so
your
great.
name, brother?
What was what was Hell Yes Fest 1
He's
like?
not
Brandon
on the
from New
podcast.
Orleans.
No,
Are
he
you-
doesn't have a
are
microphone.
you-
Nobody can hear what he's
Are
saying
you here
either.
at the
This guy's not
Operate
on the
tonight?
mic.
Is that
Nobody
what
can
you
hear what
came
he's
back
saying.
for?
Stop talking into the mic.
Crockett, he can't. Nobody can hear what he's saying. He doesn't
No
have
one
a
can hear what he's
microphone.
saying. Tom's talking into the mic.
Okay, yeah. So, what were they saying
Stop
about you at
talking into the
Operate?
mic, Crockett.
They said I'm not good looking enough to go over there, so I'm going to hang out with y'all.
Yeah, it's a mic
motherfuckers.
now.
Fuck that shit.
They said you weren't good looking enough. Why do you think that was? I think you're a pretty
I bet
handsome
this guy doesn't
I
follow
can't hear
us.
what he's saying. You can hear what he's
I
saying?
bet he doesn't follow us on Instagram.
You
But
kinda
the
remind me of
ad is
Jonathan
right there, though, too.
I think Crockett is really, really good
I
at
think you're a
knowing how to
handsome guy.
do a podcast.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crockett.
Hey, Crockett.
From their time.
I'm sorry. I just thought it would be funny to interview the
In
road
fact, I'm
guest.
It
I'm
was.
gonna
It definitely
leave.
was. It
It
definitely
was
was.
funny to interview the road
Yeah.
guest.
It was. It was.
It was.
I ain't mad at it.
No, I didn't see your
No,
car.
I ain't
We
seen
keep
your
on
car.
talking to this guy. We
I
keep
don't
talking
know.
to this guy.
Okay, Tammy, go. What were you going to say?
talking-
What
I
were you
don't know
going
what
to
else
say?
you're gonna
Tammy,
say.
what's your
We
question
keep talking
for
to
us
this
about
one guy.
crazy guys?
What's that?
What's your question for us? I like how you get your ear closer to me, but you're wearing
I know.
the thick headphones.
Thank you.
So I just
Thank
need
you.
to talk closer to the mic.
Oh wait, hold on.
I was going to find Ben because he wanted to be on. Oh, wait. The question was, what was Hell Yes Fest 1? What was that?
Very
I guess
good
that's
shots.
Let's start at
So
the beginning.
I would like
Yeah.
to hear what you think it was like. So
I feel like it was crazy.
I have a theory.
okay, great.
I'm imagining it was like the late 60s, start of the acid revolution.
For sure.
And it takes place in like a beach in California, not like a nice beach, it's like kind of cold in January, and they're like burning a giant statue of a snake and eating a shit ton of mushrooms and like playing a mandolin and like fucking in like a tent.
A mandolin, nice.
Yeah. And then over the years it kind of got diluted and more corporate.
Yeah,
And
because we
now
sold
it's-
out like the
so it's
fuck.
the
We
point where it's
super
like
sold
where we
out
are.
with Hell Yes
Hell Yes
Fest.
Fest 8 is really when it all crumbled, I think.
That's when we got IBM on board.
Well, that makes sense.
That was hard. It was gross. It was gross.
Raytheon sponsorships?
What's that?
Raytheon sponsorships?
Yes, I don't know what that is.
Raytheon makes bombs.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Cameron's very
They're probably bad
interested in
guys.
big business and military contracting.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cameron loves to throw on YouTube videos talking about people you've never heard of, but control your life.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah.
here's a fun investment tip for everybody from Cameron Ladner through me. Don't invest in crypto, no Bitcoin. Only, and I mean only, large-scale arms dealers.
Makes sense.
Obviously, Crockett.
That's who you
fun. Makes
invest
sense.
in.
Jesus.
Because
whoa.
if they're not trying to get you to kill each other, what are they doing?
Beats the hell out of me.
That was insightful and important.
Can you tell us what we told you our theories? What was Hell Yes Fest 1
I'll
like
tell you
for
my
you?
theory.
Okay.
I'll tell you my theory.
You're not going to tell us the confirmed version.
Well,
just the theory?
like I said, I really don't remember it because it was a very long time ago. But I do remember when we were talking about having a comedy festival, Chris and I were walking in the heat to the Fiesta down the street from where we were living, and we were like, we should name it something that's a little bit like aggressive,
And
but not so aggressive that like it should be something that's like, you know.
I will say, my little brother doesn't like saying he was like the Yes Fest.
I love that.
And I was like, no, it's great. You're 9. I'll let it slide. Sounds
Yeah, because
good.
hell is like kind of a bad word
For him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
it felt fun. If like you can't do a
Yeah.
fuck yes all fuck all fest, right?
Yeah.
Fuck Yes Fest would be. That's a fun vernacular for that.
Fuck yes
Is
fest.
that a right word for that? Did I just use big vocabulary correctly?
No, you definitely did. You definitely
Yeah, you did.
I think I think the 15-year, you get a crazy, Jerry Seinfeld does a set, John Mulaney does a set, other people that are involved do sets, and you have the Fuck Yes 15-year spectacular.
So I'd like to announce right now, I guess this is a really good time for us to talk about this. Yeah. We're going to do the Fuck All, Fuck Yeah, Fuck Everything Fest.
I'll be there.
Starting 2025 is going to be next year, I think. Yeah.
Nihilism?
Yes,
The
absolutely.
Is coming to New Orleans next year.
So there's not going to be a lot of comics.
Okay,
I'm doing air quotes. There's not going to be a lot of comics on the show.
What will there be a lot of?
Is it going to be a lot of cigarettes and poetry? Or?
I'm thinking a handbell choir.
That's smart.
There's a lot of.
We get the wizard to film his hour special.
Please.
Okay. Great. I mean, I think.
Love that guy.
I think we're taking pitches
That's
right
the
now.
only thing that I can think of that is truly in the spirit of Fuck All Fest.
Yeah.
Is let the wizard or Willie Pint's daughter film an hour special.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're booking it right now. Is that what we're doing? I think we're
I'm
booking
the
it.
manager, and I'll take 10%, so yes.
You got it.
Brock and I were walking to, or maybe it was Kyle and I, or maybe it was Brock and Kyle and I, which I believe was in
Who
fact
knows
the case.
the difference, really?
At this point. No offense, love you guys. We were walking past one of those big cranes, and we discussed the idea of doing a hour-long special from atop a crane, like in the middle of a corner, a random city corner, and just having the audience be people below.
Oh, I think it's a great idea.
I want to do that really bad now.
I think that's okay. Now I'm not going to do this other festival. Now I'm going to personally fund from all of my arms dealings.
I would love that.
From all the money, the millions of dollars that I make from trading arms with Russia and Iran. And I'm going to fund that. And we're going to make that, DD.
Yeah, we can do it right over there.
Yeah, we absolutely could. Yeah, right here on Fulton Street.
We got to wrap this segment up a little bit.
Okay, all right.
If you could have one piece of advice for business for us, what would you give?
Business as in comedy business?
Just any kind of business, any quick way to make money.
Great. Any quick way? Sell drugs. Sell drugs.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
and
that makes
show up
sense.
on time for the drug deals.
It's the only thing I can think of outside of do my job.
Yeah.
Punctuality is important.
I got it.
Everybody's so easily distracted.
I don't want to wrestle you.
We're
Okay,
not
so
wrestling
No,
you.
we
I
ain't
can
wrestling.
tell by your ears I don't want to wrestle you no matter how much more I weigh than you.
Okay. This is kind of the Crockett show. I kind
Look,
of like
it's
it.
pretty good.
It's kind of the Crockett show.
I don't know. I'm gonna let Crockett.
We're gonna have our
I mean,
own
I really have to
podcast.
go pee, and I want to go get drinks. So,
Ben,
do you
it's
want to
crazy how
all leave
much-
together?
Huh?
Man, do you want to all leave together?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Sure. Fuck.
Are you doing? Well, hey man.
They're not even
Hey,
fully cauliflower.
happy Hell Yes Fest. Happy life.
Thank
Good
you, everybody.
Year. Shit's not so bad, you know. Shit's getting worse, but it ain't so bad right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going until.
Finally, we got it.
ultimately-
Finally,
oh wait,
we
the
got
camera
it.
wasn't even on us.
Finally.
Okay, look, now we're in charge. Now there's
Did they
nobody
stop
else.
recording? So, I don't think they're recording anymore, or maybe they are.
I think they are. I think
So,
they still are.
Davey, why don't you tell me this?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing you've ever done?
Okay, I've done a couple things that are pretty bad.
Okay, great.
One time I was driving like 6 hours, and on the last hour I went to sleep for like half a second.
Sure.
I was trying to stay awake so hard. Like, trust me, I was trying to stay awake.
Of course, you're driving.
But I drifted over into the next lane, and I scraped against the car, and then I and I woke up, and then And then I woke up, and then I was like, and I tried to get the person's attention. I'm like, hey, pull up, let's pull over. Like, come on, I'll take accountability for my actions.
course.
Like, let's do this. And then they didn't, and they just kept driving. So I was like, okay, I'll get behind you.
So what were they all about? That's what I want to
I
know.
don't know.
What kind of fucked up shit were they doing?
But, I got
there was a
behind
dead
them.
girl in their fucking there was a dead girl in the back seat.
I tried, I tried to get their attention and tell them to pull over. They didn't. I got behind them and I was gonna follow them to wherever they were gonna go.
Did you follow them?
I did until ultimately, like, multiple exits passed and they didn't get off the interstate, and I was like,
so you just keep following them?
Well, I went home.
Okay, so let's
It
talk
was
about
3 exits that passed.
So
and they
if this
didn't
ever
get off.
happens again, you just follow them home.
That sounds a little much.
And then I mean,
I gave them their chance.
And then sit outside their house in your car, like sleep in your car.
That's too much.
Pee in a jar.
That's probably a lot.
Just wait until their kids go to school. Follow their kids to school.
That
talk
feels
to
like
the teachers
line.
and be like, I'm the new dad.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that makes sense. Wait,
Tammy and
Yes.
David.
Yes, thank you.
It has
Yes.
been fantastic having y'all on.
Oh, we just got the light.
And
We got the light.
I promise, I know David knows this, and Tammy,
Yeah.
I hope you know this.
Yeah.
We would love to have you on Kids in the Corner anytime. But I do have to get some
Let's-
fantastic comedians up here.
Oh, for
makes
sure.
sense. Makes sense. Makes
Who
sense.
could possibly bring me opportunities outside of the city of New Orleans.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah, no.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. no,
My
you've
well
gotta-
with Tammy Nelson has ran dry
It's
in the
dry.
city of New
It's so
Orleans.
dry. There's I
She's
can't book you
tired
anymore.
She's tired of giving me 10-minute spots, and I've got to
What?
find
Now,
other
what did you get?
places to go.
3, 4,
Fair enough.
maybe 5.
Fair enough.
So
It's been an honor, Crockett. Thank you
it's
so
been
much.
Miss Tammy. And
Oh, we're shaking hands. I love it.
no, I want to appreciate Tammy Nelson, folks.
Oh, thank you.
Owner and operator, Comedy House in New
Well,
Orleans.
operator.
And
If you are
operator.
local
That's
in
big.
Louisiana, and I'm going to stand up to say this.
He's standing.
Oh, I
You
love
come
this.
give your goddamn money to Tammy Nelson.
pointing at
you
me.
buy comedy tickets to Comedy House New Orleans.
Yeah.
You support local
Lay it
comedy.
down, Croc.
You come check us the fuck out because we're delivering laughs that are going to save the world.
I hope this is in the history
I
books.
do not endorse this message.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
sense.
it's mostly mid comedy. Tammy's right, but thank y'all so much for coming out. I'm gonna switch down to my end seat. I'm gonna have 3 guests come join me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have an array of comedians that I've met over the week. Can we get Joanna up here, please? Johanna.
Oh, don't hold you.
There's,
Hold the beer.
yeah.
Hold my beer.
You've got it?
Roll my big ass up there. Hold on. I got it.
Come on. And this will be your microphone because I'm going to move to this side. Here you go.
Where am I going?
You're going to sit right, or you can sit right
All the
here,
way?
actually. Yeah.
All right.
So we're going to go all the way in.
I'm sitting here?
Next. Yes.
Okay.
Rashid. Hop on, brother. You and Mookie, hop on.
He called him brother. He called him brother. We're getting canceled right away. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. You did the hard R. You did the hard R.
I did. Brother.
Brother.
Sorry.
Mookie had to roll his ass up here. God damn.
Mookie, get your fat ass off the courts. What the fuck you doing?
Damn.
Come on now.
I'm getting fat.
Get that.
I just want to point out, you know Mookie
We've
swim
been
with a t-shirt,
racist
right?
and
Like,
fat
you know-
shamed in the first 5 seconds.
My titties.
How's the show going?
It's typical for kids.
T-shirt contest.
Yo, I'm in the. Last time I was in the back of the U-Haul, I was being deported. So
Oh shit. Okay.
I was hanging out with my uncles at Home Depot and shit.
You just got caught up in the rain.
I got caught up, motherfucker. You already know. You already know. I was trying to get a job, and they were like, "You're a woman. Get the fuck out of here."
And you're like, yo, hold up. I'm supposed to be here. Like, yo.
I'm supposed to. I'm their manager,
Yeah,
bro.
like
I got 10% of this shit. I brought the wood, bro. And by that I mean my dildo. Anyway.
Please direct your business to K
You were the manager because you were the one with credit.
Correct.
K Paso LLC.
Are both of those beers yours right now?
Yes, they are, sir.
Damn.
Mind your own business.
Yo, she's living life, bro.
I don't know. You
It's
want
New
here?
Orleans.
Here, I got you.
No.
Bro,
Oh, you got a cooler?
You can't
I had
judge
it.
her for
So-
shit. Niggas is felons.
Shout out to Ernst Bar, the only bar I know of that has swastikas on the floor.
Yo, I thought I was
we
the only
support
person who
it.
noticed that
Wait,
shit.
what's it called?
I
What's
just
it
saw
called?
There's a plaque in there, Ernst Bar.
Ernst Bar.
It's right next to Comedy House New Orleans.
Sponsoring Hell
I
Yes
missed
Fest.
Yo, look down. Go
Yeah,
in
solely-
there and look down.
Next door.
Solely
for
with
real.
the
fucked me up.
I've been
swastikas.
in there. And I didn't.
Yeah, look at the floor.
Yep, look at the floor. It fucked me up, bro.
The building predates the third-rate Nazi party, and the
Okay.
floors do as well.
Okay. All right, so,
So-
it's the Buddhist meaning, not
We
the
weren't
Nazi
invited.
meaning, probably.
We weren't invited.
We weren't.
We
Yeah.
weren't.
We
Why
weren't.
weren't we invited?
To
Yeah.
what?
To the Nazi party.
To the Nazi party?
Yeah.
Well, I'm black, so I would have showed up
They
late.
prefer him thin.
I guess
we're
I
too
am
thick.
The person that has
we're
to
too
answer
thick.
that out of this
We're
whole
too
thing.
Tell me I had a shrimp po' boy and jambalaya from a place with a swat. You
it's-
tell me.
Hell yeah.
I ate racist.
Hey, yeah.
No,
How'd it taste?
They're not.
How'd it taste?
First off, don't act,
How'd
don't,
it taste?
don't act like you ain't never had
Did you
Chick-fil-A
like
before
it?
neither.
Yeah.
Don't
It
act like
was
you ain't
so
never
good.
had Chick-fil-A before. You had racist
They
food
hate
before.
the gays. They don't hate the blacks.
Oh, they hate the blacks.
How they about to
boy.
make chicken and hate the blacks?
Because white people take credit for everything.
You right. You right.
Is white people food the only racist
You're taking
food?
credit for not taking credit.
White people food
Yo,
is
that-
not racist. It's just not seasoned.
Which feels like racism when you black,
I think
though.
it's kind of racism though because it doesn't cater to other races.
I
Because
mean,
obviously the African American community does not enjoy white people food. Like my dad.
We
puts
enjoy
raisins-
black now with a capital B. You don't have to say
He
African American.
puts raisins in his coleslaw and uses mostly carrots and purple cabbage. Go.
hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm about
Did you say goat?
2 blunts too deep to be Neil deGrasse Tyson right now. So I don't know how you going. You opened up a can of some shit. Like, yo, you opened some shit, my nigga. Like, ask the
Oh, you
motherfucker
were
for
called
reading
the
Rainbow.
N-word.
I am lost.
You were called the N-word.
Look, here's the thing. I'm from Louisiana. That's not like something that doesn't happen all the time.
Oh, so sorry.
Look, here's the difference between Louisiana and the North. Here's like the South gets this like, oh, the South's racist, dude.
And we'll rise again.
You know, because of the racism.
We
Yeah.
live amongst each other and we're so mixed in. I know for a fact. I know this for a fact. I've experienced this in my lifetime. I know at least more than 20 people, including myself, at least through the ages of 12 to 17, who were allowed to say the N-word in the
Hold on, first
I'm
off.
slow blinking right
Yeah,
now.
I'm about to say, Joanna looking at me like I co-sign these niggas. I ain't never
abrasive
do this
way.
shit.
I'm not saying
You're the
gonna,
problem.
I'm not saying you're gonna.
You're the
I'm not
problem.
saying you're gonna agree with it. I'm just saying that we're so with
Intertwined,
each other
yeah.
is that like some people don't even think about it any different.
Nigga, I seen 8 Mile. I know. I get
Some
it.
people don't think about it any different.
Don't even
It's
talk about
true.
my city like that, motherfucker.
It's
You
true.
better chill out. You better chill out.
I only ever met one guy in high school who got upset because he heard white guys like calling their friend like with an A. You know.
Yo, also, time out,
loose
side
end.
note, I will admit,
Not
when you
that
told me
it's
you were
right.
from Detroit, the first thing I thought about was RoboCop, and I'm sorry. I was like, RoboCop.
You looked at me and thought RoboCop.
Well, because you said Detroit. And I'm like, yo, I'm playing RoboCop Rogue City. It's a fire-ass game.
You are
Thank you for your
so
service.
old.
It's a good
The
video
deep
game.
cuts. You gotta.
Who don't love 80s ultra violence? I love a movie where you can shoot a nigga in the chest and his head explode. It's a great time.
Yeah,
You know-
so
That's fair.
Cameron, my co-host on this podcast, he's a very big fan of 80s sci-fi.
Oh, shit. That's a good shit.
So he's an incel.
Yeah. Well, actually, his
Well-
girlfriend's our producer, so I can't really say he's an incel.
Oh, yeah.
That don't mean they fucking. I just
Before
want
our
to point
podcast got any good with a producer, I guess we both were incels, yes.
Oh,
So-
shit. Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair. That's
But
fair.
you know what? Through True Grit and a couple more open mics a week,
What'd you
we've
say?
graduated to
What
not
about Nick
incels,
Mullet?
but possibly getting some pussy at some point.
Okay.
Hey, bro, and yo, salute to you in your journey, my man. Yo,
I appreciate that.
I hope your dick stay wet forever.
Podcasting.
Me
I'm not gonna
too.
lie, I did get laid last night.
You did?
I did.
Are you allowed to tell us the details?
Yeah,
yeah,
not
yo,
to
break it
brag.
down.
All right, so
Don't
first off, my first Jewish chick.
Hey, let's Mazel, Lahaim.
Now, not much to brag about necessarily,
Sure.
for sure. Talked a lot, dear,
Yeah.
but not like talked a lot like, oh
Like-
yeah, you like
Not
this.
sexy
Oh,
talk.
like
More
regular
like-
conversations?
Tell us what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More. All right. So here's how it happens.
Yeah.
So last night I watched a couple of my friends do some comedy shows between here and Howlin' Wolf. Then we went out on Frenchman after with some of the comedians.
Okay.
Right.
I get a text message on my phone from this lady. I mean, as plain as day, I want to come over and suck your dick.
Wow.
It doesn't happen often, folks.
Yo,
So,
shout out to the 2024 bold woman. Tell you what you want, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it on Front Street. Don't make me guess. Send me the text.
Everything shuts down at 2. I go home.
Except for your dick.
Yes.
That is wide open business,
That's
brother.
right.
And so I go home, I quickly sweep my living room and put all dirty clothes into my closet.
Like a gentleman does.
Yes.
Like a gentleman does.
I made my bed.
Cleans the house but doesn't wash the dick.
Here's the thing. No matter how attractive the lady, I always will keep a house in front of her. I will always make sure the house is kept in front
The
of her.
Republican House.
I would just like to say fuck Joanna for putting out our secrets. Fuck you for that. 'Cause
We
that's
have
exactly
control
how we
the house.
operate.
I already know. I'm like, oh, the house smells like Febreze, but the dick and balls smells like.
Oh, hold up.
So-
Let's not act like women ain't never spray that Bed Bath & Beyond shit on their coochie before a nigga come over.
No, they don't do that anymore. They have full body deodorant now.
Oh, that Lumi shit? That's cheating.
Sponsor us, Lumi.
Lumi.
Sponsor
Fuck
us.
that. Let me get a
Sponsor
Bluetooth
us.
sponsor.
Sponsor our fat asses up in here, Lumi.
Let me get a Blue Chew sponsor. I got the perfect ad copy. Blue Chew. It'll make your dick work. And let it go from there.
And that's how you told the world your dick don't work. That's
Whoa,
how you
hold
just
up.
did that.
Hey, actually, I'm a honey pack man myself. I'm not gonna lie.
You don't know what that is? I know what the fuck that is.
yo.
You know what a honey pack is?
Yes, I know what a honey pack
Honey
Of course
pack and
you
a
do.
pair of grippy socks. She don't know what hit her.
Oh,
She
you
going
don't even wear
across
the Timbs
room.
anymore?
Yo, bow,
You don't
bow.
even wear
Yeah,
the Timbs?
Not even, fuck the Timbs, nah.
The
I need to
grippy
stick and
socks?
move before her nigga come home. I need to stick and move.
You can't.
Here's the thing. Most people say about the honey packs, she don't know what hit her. I took a honey pack one time. I didn't know what hit me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Real talk.
It will bring you into
What?
a totally different space.
I remember one
No,
time
dog.
I fucked off a honey pack. Like I wasn't on a honey pack, but I fucked so good I had to step back and ask myself, like, did I take a honey pack? I ain't take no damn honey pack. I'm just like that for real.
Bro, it's just
But like it was just a one time, like it was a
Way
Jordan
to save
tonight
it.
at night I ball moment. I ain't never fucked like that since.
How long ago
Not
was this?
sense.
Oh, like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's downhill from here, player.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
What about you? What's your dick game about?
Hell yeah.
I'm 48 years old. My dick game is.
Let's talk that shit.
I
Let's
don't
go.
say that because it
Let's
takes
go.
me 2 weeks to build everything up. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 2 whole weeks?
Well, I'm 48 and I'm fat, so.
Honey.
Wait, so like on the schedule, like
I
calendar?
can have sex more than twice.
Yeah.
I mean, once every 2 weeks.
Are you like
Okay.
It's just that if I need a break in between. If I,
How
2
long
weeks?
is the break?
you-
Yeah, like,
2
how long
weeks?
is the break?
Do you know what good dick feel like?
Apparently not.
Okay, if you hold that in, you don't release it, and you wait. You can get 2 in on that one.
Oh.
You get 2 in. When you're 48.
If I wait
When you're 48.
When I was
Yeah.
young,
What about
just
you?
keep going and going.
Sure.
and going.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
That is
You're talking about spit takes. I'm talking. You know.
That's some-
Yeah.
but that's
Okay.
Mookie, that's some player shit because if you give them good dick, they'll want it again real soon.
Exactly.
You give them great dick, they can wait.
They can wait back. You know what? I'm good. Just
That's some
wait.
player shit.
Because
Yeah.
I've given
That
some
is.
horrible dick in my life.
And I'm sure you have.
I said, I just admitted it. I don't need you to co-sign.
I did
my
last
admission.
night.
Wait, you did it
I
last
know.
night?
Wait. We forgot that we were talking about you and your average ass fucking dick
Yeah,
and the
I
way you
know.
gave it to some Jewish
It's-
girl.
It's not my penis's fault.
Such a goyim.
It's my fault. It's my fault.
Okay.
I haven't. So there's a thing that, and I think we caught an example of this last night. When you're out of the game for a while.
Oh, you've been jacking
Oh,
off.
okay.
When you're out of the game for a while,
Uh-huh.
and then you get put back in that situation live on Netflix in Cowboy Stadium,
Yeah.
sometimes you can't even beat a YouTuber in a boxing match.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's the
I
whole
feel that.
thing.
That analogy.
But you know what? This is why.
Are you comparing your dick to Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Is that what's happening right
I
now?
feel him
I'm
no.
not the first.
I feel him no. I feel him because sometimes you gotta practice like you play, bro. You gotta train? Do you shadow box with your dick?
You gotta.
Yeah.
You beating that motherfucker up or
I'm
what?
25 years old.
Yes, you should be.
I just
this
moved out of
young
my
buck.
parents' house for the
Oh,
second
this-
time 2 months ago. Absolutely, I'm shadow boxing.
This young ass motherfucker. You don't even know.
I'm shadow boxing all the time.
Bro, your
There
dick is still
is-
spring loaded. Fuck you.
Ace, there is a thing that you can jack off too much.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
When you're
It is.
25.
That's the whole thing.
Your dick will just love your hand, but when you get some wet coochie, it's not gonna perform the same.
It's
Period.
not.
What, is missing a callus, nigga? What?
Yes.
A hand and the
Yes.
coochie don't feel the same.
Yes, coochie feels much better.
Yes, that's why you don't touch yourself with your hand that
Right.
much. You gotta
Oh,
lay
you out
off
here
of it.
fucking with the Fifi bag, ain't you?
They make tools for that, you know.
Yo, I do it.
Everybody think it's tools just for the ladies.
Yo,
No, it's
I just
tools
want
for
to let
men,
you
too.
know,
Yeah,
any
yeah.
nigga with a mohawk got a pocket pussy. I promise.
100%.
100%.
And you know
Anything
what?
Mahone
And you know
got,
what? Their pocket pussy has a mohawk too.
I do it.
Their
I
pocket
do
pussy
it.
has a mohawk too, bitch.
What up, though?
They
Oh,
call it a
hi.
landing strip for what?
One
For
thing,
what?
Nice white ladies
My
that
pocket
enjoyed
pussy
the
loves punk
podcast.
rock.
This what's up?
All right.
Type shit.
Guys, it has been fantastic
Pocket
having
pussies.
y'all on. If
Damn,
y'all
we were
ever-
just cooking.
If
yeah.
y'all are ever, hey, I understand.
I love you.
Talk about shit.
Yeah, is that what we were talking about? We were supposed to talk about
Hold on,
comedy?
wait.
We're just hanging out.
We're
dude.
just
It's a
hanging
party.
out.
Hey,
You
yo, we
home?
got a fan. I want to do a man on that street interview. Hey, ma'am.
Oh, no.
What do you name your vibrator? Does the vibrator have a name?
I never named
Rochelle.
Wow, so her vibrator isn't a person to her. That you heard it here first.
Okay.
Folks, some people just don't treat their vibrators like people, and that's
I
something
know.
we're going to have to change
See,
in
when
the
AI
2028 election.
Yo,
Correct.
when AI takes over, they're going to be the first to turn.
Exactly.
The dildos?
Yes.
100%.
We
If
keep
y'all
connecting them
could-
to the fucking internet. What you
100%.
think they going to do?
They're like, you're overworking us. We don't have rights.
Yup, your,
Yeah.
your
You know?
coochie stink anyway.
Yeah, anyways, yeah.
You don't
Not
never
mine,
clean
but.
me.
Speaking of being overworked and tired, is there anything as comedians that you guys want to plug right now here at the Hell Yes Fest 11 after party, Kids in the Corner Tailgate
Oh,
podcast?
fuck yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right, yo, look me up on all social media. She Got Jokes, SHEED Got Jokes. I have a special out called She's Perfect Day on YouTube, and I have a mini special out right now called I've Been Going Through Some Things. So just keep up with me, fuck with your boy, and I'll keep making you laugh.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Hey, just follow me on Instagram, Mookie_G_comedy. You can also follow me on Cash App at $MookieG49. I got bills to pay.
He got blue chew to buy. He got blue
Shout out
chew
to
to
Hell
buy.
Yes Fest.
He's got to take his pocket pussy to the barber and shit. I'm at Johanna.Madrona on Instagram, JohannaMadrona.com for all my fucking tour dates. We're running Detroit. Thank you so much for having us.
bro.
You're the shit.
Shout out
Hell
Philly.
yeah. We
Shout out
did it.
Philly.
We did
Truly,
it.
guys,
Delco.
you heard the plugs right here. Go follow these people. Some of the funniest people that I've met, not just all week, but all year.
Hey.
Please go check them out.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank
for
you.
real.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
you, man.
Yeah,
Hell
thank
yeah.
you so much. We're going
Oh,
to get
yeah.
our last and final
Let's
guest
do it.
on here for the live Kids in the Corner podcast tailgate here at the official Hell Yes 11 after party at Comedy House New Orleans. Cameron. Cameron, please come join me. Hey, brother.
I need to get up there.
What's up?
Nothing much.
I need to get my
Yeah.
jacket.
I'm
gonna
sorry,
run-
that's just my
I'm gonna
chair.
run to the restroom right quick, Cameron, and I'm gonna be right back.
Oh, well, okay.
There's already too many people up there.
Yeah. Sick. That's yours.
That's mine.
He's got
That's
yours.
All right.
Yeah.
Sit on your lap.
Here, grab it.
Let's go. You can sit on both of our laps.
All right.
Okay.
How we doing tonight? I got a different mic than I had last time. I think we got all tangled up, but that's okay.
Still works.
I want y'all to go this way down and introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Tyler Gross. What's up?
Hey, I'm Jeremy Dobson. How's it going?
I am Dash Renault.
I should have asked y'all to say a fun fact about yourselves as well, but I have no idea who any of y'all are. I've been at this festival maybe 3 days this week. Are y'all all comedians?
Yes.
Thank God, because there's been so many people just trying
Just
so hard
sneaking on here.
to sneak on.
You need to practice
But
comedy.
isn't
to get on
that
the show,
also
man.
like doing comedy?
Yeah. Everyone wants to be king.
Everyone's always just trying to sneak on.
I know, right? Where are y'all from, and how old are you, and what's your favorite color?
Blue, 31, Texas. Out of order. All out of order.
Right on.
Purple, 37, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Right on.
Yeah.
Teal, 38, San Francisco, California.
What's teal?
Hell yeah.
They don't have teal up in California.
It's like blue and green mixed together.
Like turquoise?
You've never heard teal?
Pretty much.
It's similar to turquoise.
Okay, I
There's
know
a
what
little,
that is.
I feel like teal's a little lighter than turquoise.
Okay.
It's greener.
Now,
sure.
I'll Google it.
We're in a pickup truck right now. Do you have those in Canada?
Yeah, we mostly have pickup trucks in Canada.
Being from Canada, how's that passport? Is that a good passport? Or
Yeah, it's a great passport.
Yeah?
Yeah. I have an American passport also. Those are the two best passports, I would say.
Isn't Canada a little better than America? Can't y'all get into like North Korea better than us?
North Korea?
Yeah, I think I can get into North Korea better
I
than
mean,
us.
I've never looked into vacationing out in North
I
Korea.
think you should, because I think you're able to. Much better than we can.
Cuba?
Cuba?
We can get into Cuba.
How can we not? Jay-Z went to Cuba. Why can't I go to Cuba?
He probably went through Canada. You got Americans will bypass.
Obama fixed that. You can go to Cuba now.
You can
go to Cuba now, but
okay.
it might be a little harder.
Obama
Thanks,
cares.
Obama.
No, we can go. I don't think we can go to North. I don't think anybody's going to North Korea, dude.
You can go.
What?
Yes. You can go, but you got. It's like
I've seen it once.
You got.
I saw it right here.
Did you know you could go to North Korea?
I don't think he cares.
You guys can't hear
I
that,
think
but
he's
it
got a
was
little
profane.
poop on his lip. I don't know what he's got to do with
That
that.
guy needs a po' boy.
He needs a po' boy.
That guy needs a po' boy. That guy needs a po'
Is a
boy.
fried shrimp po' boy not the po' boy? Or is that
You came here
that
and
is
you're
the
like,
po'
I
boy?
love
pretty much
po'
the
boys.
po' boy. There's no
love
the
a
po'
sandwich.
boy.
Oh, I love a sandwich too.
Yeah,
don't get me
I
wrong.
think men mostly eat sandwiches.
So it's just a
It's a
poor boy
manly
sandwich.
thing.
It's the most manly.
Women just eat the inside.
Yeah,
but men want the bread.
Yeah. You don't have to use a fork or a spoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's
y'all
the
are,
most masculine utensil to eat with? The fork?
A spatula.
A knife.
For sure, a
Obviously.
spatula.
Bare
But
hands.
You cook and you're like, it's ready, and
But
then
they're
you just
not a
eat it with a
utensil.
spatula.
My hands are utensils. They're
Yeah,
God's
that's
perfect
fair. That's
utensils.
fair. But I think bread is the greatest utensil because then
Also
you don't
not
have
a utensil.
Also a lot.
Oh, you already had an answer.
I think
I'm
it's
sorry.
the nacho chip. if food can be a utensil, then
it's just
fucking maybe pizza dough is the best
Is this a
utensil.
good,
Fuck
That's
you.
a
is this
big
a good
if. I don't
podcast
think
if we're
that's
all having
appropriate.
separate conversations?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about chess, and y'all are gonna talk about taxes, and then we're gonna mix in. No, I wanted to ask y'all are all newcomers to New Orleans, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been here before, but yeah.
You've been here
I've been here
before?
before also.
How do you feel about the people here compared to any other city? I mean, especially including what we just witnessed.
I like New Orleans' appreciation for a deep cut. I feel like people here are into the culture, you know? Am I wrong? Do I feel like...
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's some of the nicest people I've ever interacted with in New Orleans. Honestly, at least it's a city where people can know how to chill out a little bit.
People have been complaining about the service. People have been complaining that the servers here don't care. They don't give a fuck. How could you after dealing with so many terrible tourists?
They're just as hungover as you are.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll say my grandfather is from Louisiana. I didn't come here a lot, but he's from here. His first language was French, and I feel like the first time I came here, I felt a spiritual connection to the place, especially since I feel like I'm black. Black people and white people legitimately get along here in a real way, unlike other places where it's like, yeah, there's lots of different kinds of people, but everyone kind of stays to themselves. It seems like a real melting pot here, and I'm from a place where it's also like a real melting pot, and I feel like that is a thing I connect with here.
See, I've always wondered about that with the South, because up in the Northeast, it feels like there's a real militant racial divide, and there's a lot of politics around it. But I've always worried about it, because like down in Florida, it's like, oh my God, all the minorities here seem so happy, everyone's so polite, everyone's so kind, but is it just because you're in a situation where you worry that if I'm not nice that I'm going to get lynched?
I thought a lot about this. I think what it is if you go, like I live in New York now, and I feel like there's the richest people in New York. The richest people, and of course they're white, and then they look down and they're like, look at all these poor people. But here, everyone's poor.
Yeah,
just black people,
We're
white
kinda
people, Asian
united
people.
in that
Everybody's
way.
poor. So
It's
there's
so nice.
So there's like it sucks, right? And everyone's like, yeah, it does
If
suck.
someone's making good food, we're all like, can I have some of that
That
food?
too, for sure, yeah. But in
That's what I came here for.
But in the Northeast, it's more isolated, I think.
What's the best cuisine you can get in Toronto?
Oh man, Toronto has like the best Jamaican food. Apparently second to Jamaica. Indian food's also really good in Toronto.
I found out New Orleans has some of the best Thai food in the world.
I just found out you guys have some of the best Vietnamese food.
Yeah,
the best in the country from what I heard.
Sounds like y'all talked to one Asian person who convinced y'all that this place got the shit.
If you've ever been out to East New Orleans, there's a giant Buddhist temple just like in the middle of
Where?
nowhere on the side of a highway.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay, how did I miss that?
I don't know. It's
You weren't on the highway.
You weren't on the highway. You were on the
I would have
interstate.
went. I had a car earlier. I would have went.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Dong Phuong's Bakery, it's known for making the best king cake in like anywhere.
Actually, there's been a lot of Buddhist monks trying to sell me beets.
Oh yeah,
That's happened like
they don't
six-
sell them, do they?
Yeah, they sell
They
them.
put them on your hand, and they're like, now that I gave you the beads,
Yeah,
we got
Did
it.
you
What do
all
you
fall
got?
for
What do you
that?
got for me? What?
Did you all fall for that?
He
No,
was
no, no.
really
I was
aggressively
somewhere-
hostile to the idea.
I was
yeah.
somewhere and there was some like monks and they were like, "Here's some beads," and I was like, "Thanks," and
I'll
I
tell
just
you a
kept
secret.
walking, and they were like, "Wait," and I was like, "No, you said it was free, motherfucker."
Yeah,
It was free.
what would the Buddha really say about that? You're
No.
desirous of
None of them
money?
are real
Life
monks.
is suffering.
the
That's what
secret.
it's saying. Yeah. No.
That's the secret. None of them are real monks.
Desire
just
is
a
the
group
cause
of
of
friends that
suffering.
go out
He
and
wants my
scam.
money. You stop wanting
Hey.
my money and you won't suffer, you know?
I've got so much respect for your producer right now. She has fucking put so much work
Dude,
into this thing.
she's-
You know
Hey,
how many
shout
people
out.
have been
Hey,
humping
everybody,
her leg
make some
to get
noise for
on
the producer
bed
of
this
this show.
What's her
night.
name?
Her name is Madeline. That's my girlfriend.
Hey,
Madeline,
Everybody make
folks.
some noise for Madeline.
Madeline,
Hey,
everybody.
Shout
make
out to
some noise
Madeline.
for Madeline.
Yeah.
Madeline's the
Yeah.
best.
Hell yes for Madeline.
We love Madeline.
We love Madeline. Best part of the podcast.
All right, get
Yeah.
off, Madeline. We get it.
She's awesome. Usually during our normal production, she's like Googling shit for us the whole time.
Right.
And we're just really putting her through
You're
the
saying
ringer
this
tonight.
isn't normal?
Huh?
You're saying in the back of a truck isn't normal?
No, we only did this last year, and we decided that we were going to do it again this year.
Brilliant.
And the owner of Comedy House was so nice to
I
compensate.
gotta say, I thought all podcasts in the South were recorded in the back of a pickup truck.
I mean,
That's a fair thing.
Or
this
on
is
a
going better
lawnmower.
than 90% of our podcasts. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we've had 17 times the guests. So
Yeah.
it's going pretty good.
You've
think
had some
so.
big names on this casting.
I think
Yeah,
we should be the in the truck bed only podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we have this for 24 more hours. We want to do a sunrise podcast.
Record a
that's pretty
year's
good.
worth of podcasting on the back of this truck while you have it.
That's what we got to do.
So
we
y'all
just got to get it for a
rented this
day.
truck just for this, just to like hang out and do this.
100%.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're taking this fully back to
And
the
for
U-Haul
crime.
tomorrow.
Well, you know, of course. I assume that it's got to
Yeah.
pay for itself somehow.
It is
We're
New
gonna take
Orleans.
off the plates. It's gonna have the VIN scratched off when we return it.
There you go.
A barrage of random comics from around the city. I don't think it's gonna make as much money as like selling crime. Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
is
sell
that what it's
crime.
called?
Yeah,
selling
selling
crime.
crime, yes,
Yeah.
Selling. I've been selling crime.
He works at
There's
the crime factory.
I actually had to
Where
read
they
the
make
fine
it.
print.
Yeah.
There's no fee. There's no extra fee if you fill this truck with comedian's body odor. So
No, it's only if you smoke.
yeah,
Yeah. Which is comedian's body odor.
that is comedian's body odor. What are y'all smoking habits like?
What am I smoking?
What are your smoking
Congratulations.
habits like? Do
Hey,
you
tell
smoke?
I don't
the
like
viewers
weed.
at home.
You don't like
Hold
weed?
on,
Do
hold
you
on,
vape?
hold on.
So I went in with what was it, $40? And
This guy just left the
40
casino.
bucks. I went in $40, ran it down to $25, ran that back up to $4,000.
This guy just won $4,000.
Yeah,
What are you playing?
$4,000. He's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
pay for the truck
Hell
tonight,
yeah.
folks. He's
gonna-
decided to donate his
He's
entire
playing blackjack.
proceeds
I'm
to
telling you, blackjack.
finance
You
this
got like
show.
$4,000 off of blackjack. Can you believe it?
Damn.
That's great. Hey, what are you gonna do? With the,
Do you want to? Our camera's over there. Do you want to flex? Our camera's over there. Do you want to like flex into the camera real quick?
What are you gonna do with the
Yeah,
4,000?
show him the personal
I'm not-
trainer you got for
I'm
that
not like-
$4,000.
What are you gonna do with the money?
Pay my school off.
That's lame as shit, bro.
Oh,
What the fuck?
Already got
paying
all the
off those
tugging.
student loans.
Oh,
The
yeah, I don't
fucking
care. I
loan
don't care about your
repayment
dick,
pause
bro.
has ended.
Splurge. I don't want you to break down all the debt you have. I want to hear some fun shit. You're gonna blow $4,000.
You're in New Orleans. You got $4,000 in New Orleans.
Probably go down to Carondelet, go to that Asian spa, and do what I do. You know.
Hey,
what I'm saying?
there we go.
$3,600 in loan repayments and $400 at the massage place and some blow.
Have a good night.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations.
That guy won $4,000.
Well, man, I'm gonna go hang out with that guy.
Yeah, let's all go hang out with that guy. Fuck this truck.
He just knows where the rub and tug spots are. He just knew that off the top.
Yeah, I was just saying he's got all that money now. We can probably convince him to not pay his loans.
Uncle Rondelay, after the light at Jeff Highway. You know that spot where you can get a tug job?
No, I don't know.
That's where he's going apparently.
Well.
Hey.
I'm glad he went to school to figure out where the good tug spots are.
Yeah, he's got student loans.
That's his major.
Trying to figure out where the good rub tugs are.
What made y'all want to get into comedy in the first place?
What did you study?
What's your story?
Geography.
I got into comedy in law school.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Our producer Madeline's a lawyer.
Oh, nice.
Holy shit. What a friggin' night.
What a night it's been.
We've got Julian and Andrea here. You're from New York?
I'm from New York, Andrea.
New York, yes.
Originally Maryland, but Los Angeles.
Okay.
By way of Atlanta.
Yeah, New York and LA.
Seventh time in New Orleans.
You're from all over the place.
All over. 3 places.
How long you say you were in LA? Like 16 years.
13 years.
13 years.
16,
Okay.
come on.
How old are you?
How old do you think I am?
Oh, don't ask me. Don't
I
make
know,
me
but
do
you know,
that.
why would you? It's
16,
fun.
42.
I don't know.
42.
You've lived in LA the last 13 years. You could be 107. You
That's
just look
true.
great.
Yeah. No, I'm 36.
I was gonna say 39.
There you go.
So.
I appreciate that. Also,
overshot.
somebody just told me that I looked like I was in my 20s,
It's
so
just
I
a great
appreciated that. Thank you.
Dude,
No,
it's
you guys got
misleading.
great hair.
It's misleading. And you're local.
Yes,
You guys-
You
We're
guys
both
are both
locals.
local? Where
Yeah.
you
Local.
from?
Yeah,
You're
I'm from
New Orleans?
Mississippi originally.
You're from Mississippi.
But I've lived here the last 3 years.
Ooh, I've been to southern Mississippi.
Ooh, what part?
The University Hattiesburg.
That's where my parents met and made me.
They have a really good steel pan program, steel drum program at the University of Southern Mississippi, by the way.
I did not know that they had a
Now you know.
steel drum program
Yeah,
at the University
it's
of
a very
Southern
good
Mississippi.
program.
Did you say you're from Pattyhurst, Louisiana?
Hattiesburg.
Hattiesburg.
Oh,
That's what it's called.
Hattiesburg.
Very similar.
I thought you said Pattyhurst.
Pattyhurst wouldn't be called
That's not a real
dead there.
place.
Yeah.
That's not a real place.
She's way too rich for that.
You guys know the song "Walk It Out" that's playing right now?
I have no
One of the
idea.
greatest songs of all time.
Wipe Me
This is one of
Down,
the most
yeah.
New Orleans-y
Lil
songs out
Boosie.
there.
It was "Walk It Out" just now. DJ
That's Wipe Me Down by
No,
Lil
I
Boosie.
swear to God, it was
No,
"Walk It Out."
Walk It Out. It's Southside Walk It Out.
Yeah.
Eastside Walk It Out. No, this is Wipe Me Down by Lil Boosie. That's a Baton Rouge native. This is Louisiana music.
Crockett, I know the difference between "Wipe Me Down" and "Walk It Out," and I'm telling you, "Walk It Out" was playing before they mixed into this.
Okay, yeah,
Was
yeah.
it smart?
I could see that. I
Was-
could
was
see
it-
that.
I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a great DJ. Okay, great DJ move.
How does this compare to the nightclubs
Well,
in
here's
LA?
the thing about Opry, and we know this from doing sets at Comedy House. Great DJ. You know
Incredible
what I mean?
DJ,
Like
yeah.
at the end of the night, when
You
the
can-
room's half full here, you can always count on a full house of people in there listening to "Walk It Out," "Wipe Me Down," and you can hear it while you're on stage doing your set. So it's awesome.
I love that.
You can
And
hear
I'm
it
sorry I
through the
snapped
wall
at you
pretty
just now.
deeply.
I mean, I invite it. You know what I mean?
Good.
Like, it gives opportunity. It's air, not opportunity. You know what I mean? You make the most out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, how would you say y'all feel about y'all's sets that y'all have done during this festival?
I loved it.
Yeah?
It's a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Have y'all done comedy in New Orleans
Never.
before?
I've never been here.
Hell yeah. Which
Never?
ones did you
Wait,
do?
I lied. I'm sorry. I've never been here for comedy. I've been here when I was touring with my steel pan band in college. Sorry, that's
hell
why I know
yeah.
about. I did the 7:30 today, and then the 9:30 yesterday.
What was your steel pan band called?
It was called Oberlin Steel from Oberlin College
I thought it was
in
gonna have
Ohio.
a cool name like the Steel Pan.
I'm sorry, it sucks. Yeah, you fucking
To be
hate
fair,
it.
Overland Steel is a sick name.
You think so?
That's
I'm
a
gonna
sick
tell them
name.
that. I'm gonna call my friends up and tell them that.
As a white trash guy, I would listen to
I
any
did
band
not
called
say
Overland
that
Steel.
you were. That's what you were.
No,
you were a
that's who-
respectable white man
that's who I am.
with a job, probably.
That's who I am for sure.
It also sounds like a company that like your dad worked
Like
for
a
and
Pittsburgh
like was
Steel,
in the
yes, a
union.
foundry.
Yeah, like Overland Steel.
Like a historic
My
legacy.
dad was actually an entrepreneur and a respiratory therapist, but because he got so advantageous in that field, he ended up going to federal prison. So now he's a felon on disability.
You need to tell us that whole story.
He could be the
But you
president.
probably talked about it on your podcast a bunch.
I've talked about it some for sure.
Can you give us the 30-second version? How he was
Yeah.
so good at respiratory. When you said entrepreneur and respiratory therapist, I was like,
So,
he's
yeah.
taking advantage of some people.
He was
I
a
knew that,
respiratory
yeah.
therapist, and he had a business where he would go do home oxygen treatments with people, and he also sold electric wheelchairs, things like that. Things that
Medical
people,
devices.
Yeah, things that people that need home health care
Yeah, that's great.
need. And so he he was friends with this doctor who prescribed a lot of people Medicare stuff. And he just so
Medicare
happened
stuff? Is that the proper term?
Yeah, like home health stuff. And he just so happened to give that doctor a lot of cash sometimes to, sweeten the pot. And it's called Medicare fraud. And my dad did 18 months in prison, 10 years probation, and paid over $1 million in restitution.
Wow.
And that's the story.
So he's like a Martha Stewart, Sackler, Bernie Madoff.
Do you know Todd Chrisley?
No. Oh, wait.
Chrisley
Chrisley
knows best?
Yeah, I do.
So the prison where he is right now is the exact prison where my dad was in Pensacola, Florida.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know Todd Chrisley was in prison.
Yes.
I
Do
need
you
some
think
time for
that
this.
affected the way that you grew up and like what you wanted to do with your life?
Yeah, because we had to switch from private school to public school.
Oh.
So I went from you would get bullied for not having good grades to sitting next to a pregnant 13-year-old.
I went to the first kind of school, not the second.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went to public school eventually.
I am too.
I'm also a private school turned public school kid.
Did your dad go to prison for
No.
clear fraud
Medicare
as well?
fraud?
No, my parents just
What
got
did your-
divorced and it was messy.
Oh.
Sorry to
I was
hear
going to
that.
say, what did your dad go to prison for then?
No, he just got divorced because he was a pilot and he would cheat on my mom all the time with airline attendants.
I
flight
always
attendants.
hope that that's not what's happening, but I feel like
It's
you go on the
100%
plane
what's
and that is
happening.
what's happening.
Every single pilot
That's
is
kind of the
cheating on his
social
wife
dynamic.
with a flight attendant.
That kind of sucks. It's very cliche.
Yeah.
It's got to be
It is.
hard for sure. Well, here's the thing. Nowadays, you don't have to worry about it as much because they don't hire off attractiveness anymore for airlines.
Is that true?
But back in the day,
I'm sure it
back
still
in the
is,
day,
but
they used to hire
I didn't
off
realize.
attractiveness.
They
I
kind of
didn't
make
know
it more
that.
skill based.
Nowadays,
didn't know
it's more
that.
skill based.
It's nice when you see a very attractive, man
a
or
nice
woman.
smile is
No,
comforting.
But I remember
agree.
about a year ago I was on a plane and there was just a smoking hot flight attendant and I was like, oh wow, this is what it was like all the time before.
Yeah.
She told me she liked my name.
I'll take a bag of peanuts, please.
I don't think I've been going on planes long enough to notice a general trend in the attractiveness of flight attendants. I will say that.
I just know TV and stuff.
I just know that they make the seats smaller and that they give you less stuff for free. Less pretzels.
Those
The bags of
cookies
pretzels.
are well worth the $800 to go one way, though.
That's right.
Yeah.
The
That's
Biscoffs?
right.
They give you the Biscoffs
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
no coffee because it's
Can I? It's a bit that I tell, but it's a story that I won't tell as the bit. May I
Sure.
share the
Yeah,
story?
absolutely.
Sure.
One time I was on a flight, and I was in the window seat, and the flight attendant came around with the Biscoffs, and she hands the aisle seat guy a Biscoff, and the middle seat lady 2 Biscoffs. Obviously, the middle seat lady is supposed to give me one of the Biscoffs.
She ate the Biscoffs.
She didn't give it to you.
Worse than that, she handed me both Biscoff and said to the flight attendant, I'll have 2 also. She made it look like I had just asked her for 2 Biscoff.
That's awesome.
It's the most cucked I've ever felt in my life.
The
gentlemen.
idea of
You
2
got
got
used
into her
for
head and
food.
infected her fast. She was like, here's the thing, I can't fuck over this guy to the right of me, but 2 sounds really good.
I thought 2 came in one package, so you got
That's the
4.
thing.
So
Yeah,
you
I
got
had 4.
4.
Yeah.
You got 4
Exactly.
Biscoff.
You're totally up to speed
She
on
was
this.
playing
Thank you.
Jenga with
It
them
was
things.
crazy.
I've been paying attention.
She was getting a collection together.
When I was 17, I was flying home, and the flight attendant was really good friends with the girl in the seat next to us, and she was just giving her Irish coffees, and they started giving me Irish coffees, but I was 17, and I didn't tell her. So I got off the plane, and my mom picked me up, and she was like, why do you smell like liquor?
Had you been drinking for a while at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're-
why
we're-
do you
we're
seem like you're
Mississippi kids.
falling over but also have all your faculties?
Yeah. I left all my shit on the plane. No, I'm kidding.
How'd you think the sets went for you tonight and the night before?
I had a lot of fun tonight.
What do you talk about? I missed it. I'm sorry I missed it.
Just to recap, I talked about how I work at, I teach improv at rehab centers.
Really?
And then I told the story about how I saw Anne Hathaway at Target
What
set to
kind
music.
of rehab is it? Is it like the
Substance
equine
abuse.
therapy?
No. We don't do the equine. This is the kind of the cheap version of equine therapy.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
you can have a guy in a man bun teach improv.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's very connective, right?
It is.
It gets people to trust themselves or like.
I think everyone should have to work in service industry jobs, and I kind of think everyone should have to like volunteer at a rehab, because it's just like cool seeing people who have hit multiple rock bottoms all have to hang out together.
Is it rehab for a specific thing?
I go
if
to
I
a
can
lot of
ask?
different ones.
Oh,
and
you were like contracted to them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me know if this is true, because my friend went to rehab some time ago, and I love playing this game because I went to like a crunchy school and we love talking about our feelings. And so I'll like ask my friends like, oh, what was your rose and your thorn of today? Have you heard this?
Yeah.
Did you say country school?
Crunchy.
Okay.
Like granola,
Crunchy.
like hippie white people school. And I was like trying to play this with my friend Taylor, and she was like, oh yeah, the rose and thorn. We play this all the time in rehab. You guys do that?
Totally.
Rose, thorn, rosebud, which is the thing that you're looking forward to.
Yeah. I've done that. That's definitely I got 5 more minutes in this session. We don't have time for
you're padding
another
it.
round of mind meld.
Oh, you're
Let's talk
padding
about
it.
what we're looking forward to in the week, which is always great.
What was your rosebud? What was your rose thorn and rosebud of today?
My rose thorn was setting up for this podcast, and my
Yes.
rose
It
bud
looks
was
great.
doing this podcast. So I'm super grateful that y'all are here.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, we've been plotting this out for exactly 365 days.
That's
This
incredible.
exact night.
So when did you rent the U-Haul?
Today.
This morning at around noon.
Is there any point where you think you could drive
Could
the
drive it,
U-Haul
could drive it.
while actively podcasting?
Right. But no, but
or would
this,
that be
what are you
playing
gonna do
with
about
fire?
this?
So we thought about doing that in the morning.
Yeah.
On the way back to return it.
Yeah,
for
I think
sure.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna have our friend Julian drive it back.
I hope you do.
We always have an icon. Well, we only did it last year before this, but last year we have an iconic shot of us both sitting in the back of the truck and someone driving us off, still sitting in the back of the truck.
It's like the Natasha Bedingfield music video.
Exactly.
You know?
That's what we
1,000
did.
miles. Okay, you know how there's like.
Vanessa Carlton.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. No, it's
The 2000s. Okay, but you know.
Natasha Bedingfield was unwritten.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's like one of those
hey,
one-hit
you know
wonders.
your history, and I appreciate
Okay,
that.
you know how in New Orleans, you guys are from here. There's like those guys on those like low rider like bikes, and they have their hands up like this. And I saw they're always blasting like hip hop music or whatever. And the guy went by and he was blasting 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
I saw that and I was like, I love this city.
This music. This is a city of music and love, and it just bangs because we know we're all going to be under a water in less than 100 years.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, that's the best part of like seeing Hell Yes Fest 11 is, I mean, even last year was the 10th one. And that was like my first one getting to perform on, just seeing the growth and everything, especially within the scene in New Orleans. It's historically not a comedy city at all because it is such an alcohol and music city, which ultimately trumps comedy, unfortunately, for us. But it's growing so much that, I mean, every week we have good shows, good ticket sales, and the comedians are getting better as far as I can tell.
No, I've seen nothing but great local comedians and great audiences who want comedy. And it's I get why people, like, from a business standpoint might be like, I don't know if I want to invest in a comedy club, but like, comedy belongs in New Orleans.
I mean, when the people get it, they love it.
Yeah.
When they have it, they love
Yeah.
it. It's
Well,
just so
that's-
hard to make it accessible
Yeah.
for everyone.
What do you talk about in your set?
In my set,
Do you talk about being white trash?
He's the
You-
fucking
you,
man.
You started that term, not me. I did not
Yes.
say
For those of you at home right now, there's a gentleman
being
yelling
called
that
white
He's been
trash.
yelling at us
Crockett
the
is
whole
the fucking
podcast.
man
You're
right
the
now.
man.
Okay, cool.
You're the man. You're the fucking man. I appreciate that
Yeah,
guy.
stop talking to that guy. He's annoying.
Anything that he has to. I love that guy too. He looks a lot like the dad from the Proud Family, which
does.
ultimately is just Martin.
that. Well, I wasn't going
But,
to say that out loud, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I'm willing to take those shots.
I love that
Yeah,
about
but
you.
he's not
Yeah.
on
I
camera,
love
so we
it.
can say he looks exactly
You're
like
right. You're right.
Yeah.
But
It's so much
yeah,
love, so much love.
I talk about being white trash for sure. I talk about a lot of the deformities that I have between my lazy eye and
You have a lazy
growing
eye?
up an
I didn't even
obese
notice, but I see it
child.
now.
Yeah, and
Wow.
it's a vaccine injury, folks. You can't misinformation that, YouTube.
You heard it
I was
here
talking
first.
about Dr.
You heard it
Sebi
here.
last week, and they made sure to correct me on what
Yeah, yeah.
HIV was.
Okay, speaking of white trash, I read an article today that like they're phasing out Lunchables in school lunch because of reduced demand. Like kids don't want to eat Lunchables.
What are they phasing out?
No, they want Lunchleys.
Lunchables.
Oh.
They want Lunchleys
They want
and
Lunchleys.
Mr. Beast
They
beer.
want the
What's
drip
that?
cheese.
I don't know drip cheese.
Lunchleys is Mr. Beast's knockoff of Lunchables.
It's Mr.
Oh, shut up.
Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI.
It's branded.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jake.
That was
Hi.
Jake Paul, but we appreciate
We're talking
that.
about Lunchables. Do you like Lunchables?
Dude, we
Oh
talk
my
about
daughter
anything you
loves
wanna talk about.
Do you
Holy
like
shit.
Lunchleys?
Not my
Lunchleys and
podcast,
Mr. Beast
but I'm gonna let you say
Lunchables.
something.
What is that?
I just
He doesn't
want to
know
say
it.
that
They know
Logan
about
Paul
it.
should have never won, and Mike Tyson is the motherfucking dog, and that's all I'm gonna say.
She seems like a cat.
We appreciate
To the
that.
box.
We are talking about Lunchables and a little bit Logan
Chicken
Paul.
nugget Lunchables the best.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Chicken nugget.
I'm going to speak
I like the
quietly, but
pizzas.
you can hear me.
You guys are so fun.
This lady has
We're having a
totally
good time.
interrupted our podcast, but she is
I
insanely
like that
hot,
only one
so
of
I'm
us
not
is
going to
wearing
be upset about it.
noise-canceling headphones, and there's the loudest truck behind us.
This is so
We're having a
funny.
great
Yeah,
time.
I have
that
this stuff on.
Mustang's
This
going
feels
crazy.
I can't hear it at all. This sounds awesome.
Are you getting our mics in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You got it. Nice.
Thankfully, we have a good enough system running to where you can't even hear that. Like,
Yeah,
why
just
run your
ignore that.
Mustang that much at 2 in the morning?
That's beautiful.
Just block that out. I think
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap it up here in a minute. But if y'all have any last
Plugs.
words for the audience, plugs
Please.
for the audience,
Yes.
now's your chance. Say it. Speak to the world.
You can find me at Julian M Stern, Julian M as in motherfucking Stern, Stern, on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify. I got some music and podcast stuff out there, and I genuinely, these two have some of the best host chemistry I've seen in live comedy in a little while. I'm excited to watch them grow.
Thank you very
so
much.
I appreciate
please,
that,
Please
man.
keep on the ride with
I
these
love you
boys.
guys. This is such a cool idea. It's super fun. Like, just do more things to bring together people in the city. Just do a little pop-up. Like, why not? I think that's a good way to approach life, you know?
I appreciate
like,
that.
don't overthink it. Just get on the back of a truck and put a curtain on it or whatever that is. Tablecloth? I don't know what it is.
It's a green screen.
It's a green
Yeah.
screen. It's a
Also,
green
if you look
screen.
back at the tape and the whole time it turns out it was wipe it down and not walk it out, I apologize. I'm only human.
I just think the best thing about this is like the ambient kind of like smattering of like drunk white women that come and go.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's just like a background element. I think it's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
it's like a very fun. But,
It's like living in New York where there's pigeons everywhere. But
yeah, it
it's-
is drunk white
yeah.
women. Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
I love drunk white women.
Plug
Well,
before you head
speaking of
out.
which, I've been drunk since election day because I just got laid off. I was working for the campaign,
Oh.
so you can add me on LinkedIn.
Which campaign?
The Harris
The one
campaign.
that lost.
The one that lost. The one that lost. The one that lost.
Damn,
so
rip.
add me on LinkedIn.
Add her on
and,
LinkedIn. Get her a job.
I'm on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.com/. I don't
What's
know
your
what.
favorite job to do?
I'm a graphic designer. I
Let's
really
get
like
those graphic
fonts.
design
Do you guys
jobs.
have a
Get 'em
favorite
in.
font?
Cambria.
Ooh,
You mean-
he's pulling?
Oh, the serif, the default Microsoft Word serif.
Yeah.
Oh, but you don't like Calibri.
Calibri's fine.
I don't like Calibri. I'm sorry.
It's all right. I mean,
So
I'll
you're like
use-
kind of like a classic, timeless, understated guy. You don't
Yeah.
want to think too much. It's
I
a
like a
default.
good
You don't
sans
want to.
serif.
So you don't want to have to think and pick one. You
Yeah.
use the one that's given to you. Okay.
I'll actually get advice from you. What font should we use for the thumbnail of this video?
What do you use before?
Wish I knew it off the top of my head, but give me
Times
something
New
weird.
Roman.
Do a fun one. Do like Cooper Black, very classic. The
Ooh,
Beach
Cooper
Boys,
Black.
Pet
Yeah.
Sounds. That's the cover.
Deal.
Cooper Black.
I was about to say Cooper
Whoa.
Black's my favorite.
You know
but
about Cooper? You
I've
can't be white trash if you know about Cooper Black
I've
by name.
done-
You name check Cooper Black.
That's
You can't be white trash.
Look, here's the thing: is that the only thing outside of a regular education at the school I went to that you can get certification-wise is Microsoft Word.
Shut up. You went to the library or something?
Huh?
You went to like one of those library after school courses?
No, we had IBCA was a class we took.
Okay, I don't know
Which
it.
is
I don't
just
know it.
like you have to take typing class all over again. So I went to a private school.
Oh, that's
so I
right.
took typing classes since I was in like first fucking grade.
So what's your WPM?
Huh?
Words per minute.
Words per
My
minute.
words
Check
per
this.
minute. We actually checked this.
We
Not
checked
that-
this on the podcast.
The fastest I got up to, I think, was around 40, probably 38.
You took
which
a
isn't
class to
great.
get 40.
I didn't say I did well in the class. It's a white trash. Here's the thing. So I'm from a town of 3,000 people.
That's incredible.
So the guy who's teaching typing to that class was my teacher.
That's so funny.
Do you guys have Mario teaches typing, or is it like Jelly Roll teaches typing.
No,
was like
it's
a-
more a guy who's going to get caught for child pornography teaches typing.
Yeah, it was more like it was more like
with the keys, so he
Yeah.
can close all the windows.
He's
real
got
quick.
the most
That's
computer
funny.
experience.
it was like
Oh,
it was
no.
more like gym coach that talks too much to Sarah is teaching typing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's
Talk too much to
crazy.
Sarah.
Two talks too much to Sarah.
That's haunting.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But anyway, add me on LinkedIn. Find my
Shout
graphic
out to
design
Zaya.
website,
Yeah.
AndreaJW.com. I have my comedy stuff on there. And
yeah.
you guys are awesome. I love this.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming on.
You're not white trash to me.
Thanks for
And
having
thank
us.
y'all thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank y'all for watching. I think we're just gonna close it off right here.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to, once again, another episode of Kids in the Corner. This was the special Hell Yes Fest 11 After Party Tailgate Edition. We ran this bitch up from 10:30 to 2 o'clock in the morning. We absolutely
really 2
closed
a.m.?
it. It is almost 2
Fuck,
a.m.
I gotta get some sleep. Bye.